Hey y'all, what's up? What's up? What's up? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Yes, it's been a while on a Sunday. I mean, I have still been on my lives on Monday every now and then, but on Sundays, it's like a lot of things going on. So, yes, I'm happy to be back on my Sunday at 4 o'clock today. And we had a couple of things to discuss. We're going to be talking about Married at First Sight. We're going to also Married at First Sight, Put a Ring on It, and Family and Fiance. So we got a couple. It's like a couples overdrive today because all these shows is based on relationships and couples and things, and marriage, love, relationship, couples, all that whole big thing. So jump right there. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're new to my channel, please hit the like button there. Hey, what's going on? How you doing? Love you. Um, welcome, welcome. So if you're new to my channel, please go into YouTube channel, Mizzle 14, Mizzle 14, and so hit the subscribe button. And also, when you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell and pick all. Hey, what's going on, JW? What's up? How y'all doing? What's going on? Hey, and hit that all button. So, love you. Okay. I miss you too. Miss you too. We will see each other real soon before September. We will see each other. Yeah, hit that notification bell and also just ticker down here. Please follow my social media account, Twitter and Instagram. Twitter and Instagram. Instagram is Mr. Grown. Twitter is Tom_Grown. Because if you don't get notified for my videos on YouTube, sometimes you're tripping sometimes, you can hit my notification on hit the social media and I'll notify on social media my new videos, upcoming videos. Every time I do a video live, I always promote it. So check those out and get on that. And also Instagram, especially if I don't do a review on YouTube, I does it on Instagram. I do watch alongs on Instagram with some of the shows. Hey sis, how you doing? So I do watch alongs on my Instagram. So this past, I think Thursday something I did on Wednesday, I did the BET Encore. So that was on that. I did a Potomac and then the Love and Marriage Huntsville. So watch my Instagram because sometimes I do watch alongs and I do random talks. So that's also interaction with me. That's besides YouTube because not everybody got YouTube all the time, but people got Instagram and stuff. So that's another way for me interacting with y'all. All right, let's jump right into it. All right, let me do the show's update first, like always, and then we get into the shows. What's going on? So yeah, so keep in mind all these shows I'm telling you about. It's not every show I review. Some shows I just watch for my own entertainment, but this is some things I want to put out there. If some people might like it and not, and if y'all have any upcoming shows that you think I should watch or be interested in, please let me know. Hit my Instagram, hit my Twitter. Let me know so I could probably look into it, and maybe every now and then I might talk about it. All right, so David Makes Man is on season 2. It's on Tuesdays on OWN. It's right on right now, and it's good. It's a good show. It's basically this guy. He's grown up now, but he's still facing a lot of demons of his past, and also the people in his past. They all grown up, and now he got unresolved issues with each one of them, and also him being a grown adult man. So it's really good. MTV True Life Crime. I haven't watched it yet, but it's on Tuesdays, and it's on OWN, and it's basically like real life crimes scenarios that happen, and the viewers would like to know some of the pieces that have been missing. What's happened? Like why it was not solved, or if it has been solved. What was the missing pieces that is like always troubling us? So he always go through these crime scenes and give us some pieces of interviews and stuff like that that we wanted to know. And if you always like crime shows, like Investigation Channel, ID Channel, I used to love that channel, like Snaps, so like that little shows that you could understand about the crimes and what happened and what's the behind the scenes stuff. True Life Crime is kind of like one of those. MTV Catfish, season 8 is on Tuesday. Y'all know I review Catfish, so I usually do a weekly reviews on that. Last week review was on my live. I just posted up here on my Mr. Social Corner live, It's the link is here. So I posted up. I did a mini review on that on my live. And y'all can always follow my other channel, my YouTube channel, to watch my previous catfish videos because it's still being watched and everything. Even videos that I have done for a while, people are still watching them and making comments on that. So it's like, I appreciate that. Potomac, y'all, season 6 on Bravo. It's coming on tonight. So I may do a watch along tomorrow. Tonight or tomorrow, a watch along of Real Housewives of Potomac. And we discuss that. It's a good season so far. Sisters on BET is on Wednesdays. I watch Sisters. I don't review it, but I watch it myself because I used to review Sisters on my channel. If you have some people who was following me, I used to review Sisters, but I stopped reviewing it because it just a lot of the girls getting my nerve. It get annoying, and I say, you know what? It's my own entertainment. It's not bad, but at the same time, it could be better. But I would I watch Sisters. P Valley season 2. I can't wait for that season to come on. Yeah, I know I didn't review season 1, but when season 2 premieres, I will review that. So stay tuned for that. It's in October. On Stars, I forgot the network. I ain't put the network on it. On Stars. Growing Up Hip Hop, season 6 is on WeTV on Thursdays. Stay tuned for that because this is another show I don't review all the time, but I do pop up reviews every now and then on my lives of Growing Up Hip Hop. So I got to catch up on the last couple of episodes I missed. BET Encore Wednesdays. Yeah, I know I'll review that show. I mean, I think it's 2 more episodes after this Wednesday, and then the following Wednesday will be the finale. So it's coming down to the wire, and I like Encore, but it could be better. I think he missed the mark while putting too much drama into the show, and it's kind of killed the authenticness of authenticity of the show. And I don't like that. Too much drama. Not enough singing, not enough process of creating this album. I mean, yes, little drama is okay to make the show sustainable, but when it's too much and it draw away from what the project is, it's just another baseless drama-filled TV, and it's stupid. It could be so much better with this, and this has a great concept, and it just started off great and just keep going downhill, in my opinion. But it's still watchable, and also like that. If they do another season 2, we could see a guy version in season 2, or if they do a continuation of this current group, what could be about, what could come out of this, everything. Because trust, once Nivea left, I was so done. Hey, Renee, boo, how you doing? How you feeling? All right. Put a ring on it. We will discuss this in this live today. This is the past episodes. If y'all don't know about that show, it's basically, and I'm going to introduce that. No, I'm going to introduce that concept when we talk about put a ring on it. But generalized is 3 couples who is in an impasse in a relationship. They haven't took the next step of being married or engaged or walk down the aisle. So they go on this social experiment and see if they can help them in their relationship, individualize and make them decision whether they will stay together or they move their separate ways. So, and I'll go in more details of the formula when we talk about put a ring on it. Love at the Lockup, season 4, that's a lot of people guilty pleasure of the ratchetness of it. It just gives you just from the drama, but also the stupidity of some of these people. And it's just like, what were you thinking? Why is he doing this? There's so many people out there, but you wasting your time. But it's really good. So watch that. Every now and then I'm going to watch along on that. I Love Hip Hop Atlanta on Mondays. VH1. I mean, a lot of people say it, and I kind of agree with it. It's kind of been lackluster this season. I mean, I don't know. It's just kind of missing. And I think that Moses Moda's not really producing it this season. It just felt off. I mean, granted, we don't need too much drama, but at the same time, it just felt off. But it's given a little bit. How y'all feel about that? What was it? Married First Sight Houston, season 13 on Wednesday in Lifetime. We will talk about Married First Sight tonight. We're going to talk about today. And we will discuss the new couples, how I feel about each couple, what's going on with them, and all that stuff. And if you haven't watched the shows, y'all put your comments down too. I would love the interaction. That's the hard part of this thing. It's the interaction, y'all. Family Fiance, and if you didn't watch the show, you still have you might have some comments about the ideas, the topics, the social ideas, the social issues that is plaguing relationships, stuff like that. Everybody have ideas about things that might be brought up. So even if you haven't watched the show, you still know some inputs about what some of the people is going through. All right, Family Fiance. We will talk about that today as well. The last 2 episodes is on Saturdays on OWN. It's really good. Generalized is a couple who got engaged, but the family is not on board. So they spend 3 days in the house with a relationship expert, Tracy McMillan, and see how can they work out the issues. And at the end of the 3-day process, they get their blessings, and after based on the blessings, whether they decide to move forward or they go their separate ways. That's that. Or what decision. They may stay together and may call up the engagement to work on their relationship. That could be any possibility. Love and Marriage Huntsville, season 3. I know that's a lot of people's favorite show. That's one of my favorite shows. Love and Marriage Huntsville. It's really good. It's on its 3rd season. And I will review on that. And I probably will do a premiere review on tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. And Power Book 3 Canon Story on Stars. I haven't watched it yet, but people said that wasn't feeling it as much. So I guess it's probably because it needs to build up. It's always starts so slow, and it start boring, and then after a while get better. So we'll see how the journey of this. I'm not going to review. I'm just going to watch it. Oh yes, JW, we will talk about that. We will talk about the last episode of Family Fiance, because there was something about that, a lot. And that's it. So those are the for shows. Like I said, any other shows that's coming up, y'all know about that you think I may be interested in, just let me know and I'll take a look at it and stuff. All right, let's move that and let's get into starting the shows, y'all. All right, Married at First Sight, let's start that first. Before that, let me get a little break to get my prepare myself with the first little links and stuff, and hear a little intro. And let's start off with Married at First Sight. All right, 11303. All right, so Married at First Sight, if y'all know the show, it's on its 13th season. And basically, it's about all these couples. I think it's general is like 5 couples. Before it wasn't been 5 couples. I think it was like almost like 3 or something like that. But I only started watching Married at First Sight since last season, because I think a lot of people was talking about it. People were so hyped about it. Oh, Married at First Sight started. Married at First Sight started. It was Atlanta last season, and oh my gosh, this is crazy. This is crazy. And the main person I was hearing about was Chris. So I was like, all right, let me watch this season. And everybody was telling me, watch it. It's good. Watch it. Gotta watch it. So I watch it. And even though season 12 has been their worst season, they all said it. But because the matching, the pairing is just kind of off. And you come to find out, Virginia, Eric, they're getting divorced. Ryan and Clara are getting divorced. I think Brianna and Vincent still together. You know, Haley and Jacob decided not to stay together after the decision day. And Chris and Paige, I don't know what's up with those two. It's like, I guess they put a wood in their eyes saying that they was going to be separated, but they still smashing whatever, Paige. You move on, Chris, all that stuff like that. But we got a new season. It's on Houston this year. And I feel like the pairings are okay. I feel like it will be a good season. I think the expert did a better job pairing these people. We'll see. But I think they could have. They did a better job pairing these people. It is one couple I feel like it might not work, and it's just right here. These people right here, Mila and Gil. We're gonna talk about that. But everybody else sees them okay. But we'll see how it goes. You never know. These 2 hours episodes they've been giving us every week, except for the premiere week. Premiere was 3 hours. I said, oh my gosh, 3 hours? All right, so we get dumbed down to it. Now, Married First Sight, I forgot to tell y'all, is this process. It's a social experiment where people is like they is hurting because they never even found the one. They haven't found the one in a relationship. So it's like they going on dates. They been serial dater or they haven't dated for a while. They're just like that. They sorry to find someone. Yes, Bow Johnny, I like them too. I do like them too. But I had something about Bow because she got me upset a little bit last night until she saw him and then he said, okay. And I said, girl, where's that judgmental tone came from? Where's that like she was got me aggravated. And I was like, you need to calm down, Bow. Calm down. So they go to impasse. So they look for experts to find relationships and everything. But the thing is, once they find an expert, they trust the expert to match them with someone based on their compatibility. So that's why it's so helpful for you to be upfront and honest and list everything that you like, what you don't like, what you're looking for, your past relationships, how your history, all that stuff. So they can best pair you with someone that could probably compliment you or probably the opposite of you that could help you balance yourself out. Or you find someone who's compatible with you or who really similarities. So it's always the different combinations. They have couples that have major similar backgrounds and similarities that make it work. They have couples that was opposite attract. One might be all laid back and one might be structured and rigid. It's like that. And they may find couples that you don't think they may be compatible together, but they end up being well together. And so like that. Hey Dominic, what's up? And so it's always just this dynamics. And the one thing about the show is that even though you may not like a couple or you may like a couple, it gives you some ideas about relationships and marriage and what you probably don't want to go through and what you probably seeing. And they say, oh my God, I don't understand why they can't stay together, why they staying together. I see the signs. It's just like that. Like Eric, he started look like he was a great guy, but it turned like through this whole season, he was a freaking looked like he was a serial killer. He looked like it. That's what people was called the Killer Eric. All that stuff like that. It was very demanding. He was very controlling in his nature. It got to be this way, this that way, this way, and all that stuff like that. Great. I'm really good. I'm enjoying my Sunday and everything. Give y'all live, give y'all a little entertainment, all that stuff like that. Even though it's by myself or not, but we're gonna give you the show today, and we got a lot of things to talk about. So I'm gonna happy. I always have a good time coming on live with y'all and be happy because it shines. Sometimes when you do pre-recorded videos, it's just like you'll get the interaction. Now we can get the discussion and stuff. So today is great. So like that. And yeah, you might see things. It's like, oh my gosh, like Eric, he put a rule in our eyes. Like we didn't even think he was gonna be that controlling like that. But at the same time, like he has his set ways. But even though that pairing, they pair him up with having a hell match, Virginia, who's a drunk chick who can't seem to understand that you can be party all the time when you're married. But so that's that. And then Ryan, who I think they probably lied to us because it seemed like it's revealed that they was having sexual relationships more than what they was letting on in this TV show. But they put up a front for each other. And I said, y'all come on TV and try and lie to us. If y'all did it. What's all this put up a front? And I guess that's why they say they go separate ways. It's like we try to make it work. I said, no, because y'all been lying. That's what y'all trying to work. That's why it wasn't working well. Y'all put on the front for TV when y'all know y'all was doing this all this long time. All right, whatever. Like, so. And Brianna and Vince are still together. So we'll see their couple update. Is he like, I don't know any update, but I know they still together. So I said I'm happy for them. I think that's one of the couples I thought I knew they probably will stay together. If they just work on the little kinks they had, I think they would be good for each other. So it's glad they are still together to this day. As of yet. All that stuff. All right, let's get to the cover couples, y'all. Oh, yeah. So they get them on pairing, and then they don't make the person to the altar. So that's what makes this very unorthodox situation. It's so scary. It's like many of us is like we need to see the person that we're trying to get married. Don't walk that out. We work on it. We build a relationship. We build it up to down. So stuff like that. We propose. We plan the wedding and we go down the aisle. This case, they get the expert, they pair them, and the first time you meet your spouse is at the altar, and it's a legal binding marriage. It's not like it's a force. I think only a few people on this whole 30 season so far got annulment. I think like 1 or 2 or 3 couples got annulment, but many people end up in divorce. And it's only like by like 13, 14 couples that's still together. Yes, y'all. Please follow my Instagram because I do a lot of reviews on that too. So thank you, Renee. All that stuff. So it's crazy. It's a sticky situation. I myself would probably put myself through this. I probably wouldn't do that. Maybe I would get an expert to help me find matches, but not to the point that I need to go find out and be married in the altar the first time you meet the person. No, that's too much. That is too much. So kudos to the people who put their lives out there and make it work, or try to make it work on television, because it is tough as it is. And not only that, you marry a person for the first time, you marry a stranger. So not only you got to get to know the person, and then you only got 8 weeks to even see if there's enough there for you to continue on the marriage after decision day. So that's only 2 months when you get to know this person. So it's like a crash course of marriage. It's like you try to cram for the test to get prepared for licensure, and you only had this amount of time to cram for the test to pass it to get your license. It's kind of like that. So, all right, y'all. Let's start off with Bao and Johnny, right here. This couple right here, Asian couple, and stuff. So they both was kind of similar. That's why I say this is one of the couples that I feel like they make work out if they don't get in their own way, because they are similar. They got similar backgrounds. They're not a stranger to arranged marriages because it's kind of in their culture. Johnny's father, he's not with it. His by herself is not that great. Them together is nice though. I think he makes her less stuck up. Yes, I feel like that. Yes, Bao is really stuck up. The Bao is the female right there. She's kind of stuck up in her own ways. She like what she wants. Very picky, because you could tell she's very picky. Because when she gave the list of all the people that they don't want her to match her with, I said, "Girl, what's this whole list?" I said, "He's like this. I said, "Girl, calm down with the list. Like, what is that?" So she had that, and I think Bao put it on a little bit, because when she did that bachelorette party, I could tell, we could see a little bit of who really Bao is. That yes, she put up a front that she said she this stuck up, she this way, and yes, and this is more when they know each other. Yes, we're gonna talk about that. And at the bachelor party, Bao let loose. I don't know, because it's a bachelor party and she could do that, but I think that's how Bao is. If she really get comfortable with people around her, that she won't be too guarded and uptight to herself. I think she wants someone who could let her loose and let her have fun. And I think Johnny's the person right for her, because he is, even though he's a nerdy, he's standard, he's studious, he's meticulous, very particular on his approach, just like Bao is. Because Bao, she's so particular, she do Excel spreadsheets for everything she do. She do Excel spreadsheet when she make bread. She do Excel spreadsheet when she need to do shopping. Excel spreadsheet when she have sex. She do Excel she do Excel spreadsheet when she have sex. What position I got to do it, and how many time I do it here. I got to do missionary in this amount of time. We gonna do this in this day. We gonna do this in that day. Yeah, she had Excel spreadsheet for everything she do. I'd be surprised she have Excel spreadsheet when she goes to the bathroom. That's what she need to do. Like, she got Excel spreadsheet for everything. And I said, girl, that's a lot. She does that, and she's very particular. So if he's the same way, that's why I say it's understandable how they match them together. Now, what makes this interesting is that they really knew each other from college. And they never really dated each other, but they knew each other and they worked with each other in college. They both were presidents in their own organizations, in their own respective colleges and universities. But they, of course, pass with each other every now and then, and they work on different projects. And so she was able to understand that she knows him a little bit, but don't really know him because since college they never really dated. They just know each other based on, and she knows that he's a good guy. But she said he was a player back in the college. I think most young boys and most people, in college, you don't want to be settled down to one person. It's like that. You don't be settled down to one person, so you want to have a good time when you're in college. I went to college. I was having a good time. I enjoyed my 4 years. I said that 4 years blew by real quick. And I said I went to SUNY Cortland, so I was like, it was a predominantly white school, but I enjoyed myself and everything, and it was very quick. And I said, if I ever go back, I would do it again. The only thing I probably would change my major. But even then, I still enjoyed my 4 years. So it was like, I'm going to change the experience. Yeah, they knew each other at college. And one thing that got me upset about Bao before they went on down the aisle, because they exchanged gifts, right? They exchanged gifts. And she gave him, hey, Tiffany, what's up? How you doing? Yes. What's going on? She gave him a gift. And I think she was being playful and everything. And her gift was like a adventurous kit set with some different things. I think it was some of the sensual sexual things there. And I see some socks, I see some paddles. I said, oh, what you thinking, girl? And it was like a venture kit for couples. So I said, that's nice. Survival kit. And he sent her something that was meaningful, but it was covered in jersey. And right off the bat, she went to judgmental mode. She said, oh no, I can't mess with someone who likes sports. I can't mess with someone who likes sports. I had bad experiences with people who like sports. They're not smart. That was like this. I said, excuse me, girl? Just because he wrapped something in a sports jersey, now, mind you, he had a wrapped in a gift thing. He had a long-winded card. He said a lot for this girl. She only said a little couple sentences, a little couple words. He had a whole paragraph on that card that expressed that he's so excited to meet the person he never met before. Not only that, he had a jersey on top of the gift. It's not like he sent him just jersey. He sent him a jersey, and it was a gift. One gift had like, I'm meeting my first person, or meeting my wife who's a stranger, a long lift. It was like a frame, but you could put pictures on it. It was nice. It's memorable. It's meaningful. And there was another thing, but she looked at the jersey. She said, "Oh my gosh, she likes sports. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have a bad thing. It's not gonna be working well. I'm very turned off. It's not good. It's not good. He likes sports. He got no depth. He's not smart." I said, "How you know he's not smart? Just because he likes sports?" Like, I'm not a sports fanatic. I don't watch sports myself. But I'm not going to go on down and say someone who watches sports is not smart, who don't have any depth. Like, and would I be against someone dating someone who likes sports? No. Because so we can watch the games together. I might not understand what's going on. I might be asking questions, but still, we can watch the games together. But that's like a bonding time. A bonding time with your spouse. Whether you like sports or not. You know they like that, so every now and then enjoy what they like. But you judge them that he feel like he's not gonna be smart. Oh, I wasn't a nerd. He would best to give me books. I said, girl, calm down. Calm down. He can give you a encyclopedia of all the world, and he could still not be smart. So what's you doing? Like, just because he didn't give you a book that you don't think he's a nerd? You can be a sports nerd. There are nerdy guys who like sports. So because he's a sports, he's a frat boy kind of. She got me upset like that because I was like, why she judged him like that before she even met him? All that stuff. So that got me upset with Bao because I said, girl, really? So now it makes me think that because she opinionated on a lot of things, she will judge a lot of things that he may do when they get together. Now, they're in the honeymoon phase. They might be in a happy bliss right now. But when reality kicks in, when they live together and stuff like that, it makes me wonder, is she going to start nitpicking? Now, let me warn, Johnny might have his little force too, but he was so excited and happy. He's flirtatious. He's like this. So I don't think he would be the most problem. I think she would be the problem the most. How y'all feel? I think she would give him the most problem in the relationship instead of him. Because, I don't know. He wants someone who's playful and all stuff. And I think Bao could have that playfulness. Because at bachelorette party, she was in her element. I say I ain't feel like Bao was reserved or careful like that. Yes, Right, JWS. She the one who sounded not smart. The fact she judged him because he sent a jersey along with the gift. Because she likes sports. Yes, she likes sports. Until she's met him when she walked down the aisle. Then she said, oh my gosh, I know him. Yes, he got deaf. Yes, he's not in sports. But yes, I know he likes sports. But yes, he has more to him. I said, duh. But yet, you judge him based on the jersey that he sent. Along with the gift. I said, girl, bye. Who didn't sound smart right there? You sound really small, Bow, and not a little judgmental. That right there sets the tone for me about Bow. Yes, she had a good time at a bachelorette party, but that right there is like, okay, girl, calm down. Calm down. It's not that bad. But they got walked down the aisle. They had a good time, and they both had tea ceremony. It's a tradition in their culture to do tea ceremony, and that was nice. I was like, oh, that's nice. They both wear the similar color. They had a similar idea how the thing's going, and the only thing is sad about it that Johnny's father, even though he said he has an on-and-off relationship with his father, he still wanted his father approval. But he still went on with this process because he knows at the end of the day, he's a grown man. He needs to do it. But it sucks that his father's not there on board with it. His mom was there, but his father wasn't. And his father decided not to be filmed. He didn't want to be a part of it. He don't like this. And I said, for someone whose culture is about arranged marriages, you so against this. But at the same time, I understand that. It's a stranger. Not everybody would be on board with that. But if you so hell-bent on traditional marriage and relationship, you and his mom are divorced. So you ain't trying to work that out. And so what's so high standard you have about marriage when you not even married to his wife, his mother right now, who y'all got divorced? So it's not about his father, but I just feel the type of way that he couldn't be there for his son. Like, come on now. But whatever. So Bob or Johnny could work. I think they will make it work. If they don't get in their own way, she won't be too much of her own way in the relationship or being too strict about things, then they can make it work. I think he could bring out the playfulness in her thing, because even when they were trying to stand close, she was very still like, oh my gosh. And he said he tried to take it slow. He didn't want to come on too strong, and he kept his hands on the wrist, on her waist and stuff like that to make sure she's not uncomfortable. And that's how it is. That's nice. That's a gentleman. So I like Bow and Johnny together. Johnny seemed like he's a good guy and all that stuff like that. So let's move on from that. Who was the second person getting married? Michaela and Zach. Sorry, I'm going to switch the persons. So right here, this is Michaela and Zach. Right here, this couple right here, Michaela and Zach. That's the next person we're going to talk about. All right. What about Michaela and Zach? We found out they both never been in love. And I said, oh, that's interesting. Y'all both never been in love, but y'all decided to be on the show to love someone on the first sight. Yes, I like Johnny too. I definitely like Johnny. And the fact that y'all both never been in love or never really said I love to someone, and then y'all got together in his first time being married together. The only thing that made this work and made it so well between Michaela and Zach is the chemistry. When they first met each other walking down the aisle, they had undeniable chemistry. And I said, oh, okay. And I think the experts said that too. They said that they will be so hot for each other that if they do have arguments, they have argument, they may have sex, and they may forget about the work, what they're arguing about. Even though it's not really healthy to keep doing that, because you're going to keep switching things on the world, and let's have sex, and we have to think about that. But it's still going to come back. But the chemistry was undeniable there. They really like it. He's an attractive man. She's an attractive female. They both attractive, good looking, smile. I'm a person who loves to smile. If y'all don't know, I love to smile. So to see someone who always smiling, that's grateful to me. So I said, oh my gosh, it just warms my heart. Now, let me see. So he told his father something about marriage at first sight. Now, at first, they was kind of iffy about it. They would say, you know what? Oh, my gosh. They found a wife, and it's unorthodox. And he really wants this because he had two brothers. One brother is in a long-term relationship with girlfriend. Another one is like, I think he said his older brother is married, and his younger brother is in a long-term relationship. So he's the only one who really don't have someone. And the fact that he never been in love is like he wants this. So he took this leap of faith. It's this extreme thing to be married to someone at the first sight. And you don't even know it could go the wrong way or the right way. And I think in this case, it worked out for him and it worked out for her because they got the house for each other. They like each other and stuff like that. So, and Michaela is funny. It's funny too because she said, listen, if the thing is right and the vibe is right, I'm not opposed to get him the cookies. I said, all right, then, Michaela, you better tell your truth, girl. Sure. I was like, and then and Michaela, just like Bao at the bachelor party, had a good time. Michaela was the life of the party. And I could tell she's my type of girl. It's like, have a good time. Yes, I'm the type of person who will fill the atmosphere out. But at the same time, if I enjoy the energy and it's good, people vibing, people dancing, I would be that type of person who Michaela was. Dancing, having a good time, partying, all that stuff. Everything. Still in the reserve, but at the same time, I'm still partying, having a good time. Basically, some of y'all who follow me know my personality that I do like to have a good time. I like to twerk, I like to dance and stuff like that. So that element was nice to have them let their hair down, have a good time. And yes, and she said, oh yes, I'm going for the kiss. And I think he would be respectful. She's like, boy, come here. What you trying? Boy, you better come over here. You trying to be respectful, all stuff. So he said his longest relationship been 9 months. I said, oh. I mean, granted, I can't judge. His longest relationship ever has been 9 months. So I said, okay, but then he getting on his show to be married at first sight, and he wants his forever girlfriend. And I think this is another couple I think they will work out well. If they both could compliment each other and also have the understanding and have the patience, because one thing they said that she's Hurricane Michaela, and she becomes stubborn, and she wants things, and she like things happen a certain way. So if she could have a guy who's grounded, who's very patient with her, who knows that she doesn't mean harmful in a relationship, she's just in her way. So yes, subscribe. Thank you, Renee. Yes, subscribe. Share this video. Let other people know about me. That's how we all support each other. The big platform because Black content YouTubers don't get that much support as it is. We all support each other. So I do appreciate that love, y'all. And what I was about to say? Oh yeah, she's very stubborn. So if he could be very patient with her and know that her heart's in the right place, and I think like because they met each other, they have hearts for each other, they love each other, I think they will make it work for each other. I just that once the reality kicks in, we're gonna see how they communicate. And they can continue that communication and really work on each other and use that baseless foundation of being attracted to each other and also have that chemistry, then y'all can make it work. And that's that. So I don't think he will have any problems probably dealing with Michaela stubbornness, but I hope Michaela could break down some of that and don't be too on her own world that it has to be her way or the highway. And I don't want that going on. So, but I do feel like she could be really loyal to the man that she loves, and she wants that. And I see it. And the fact that she had a guy that's really attractive is like, oh my gosh. And then she really said, oh, you ready for exactly Julia? I said, girl, calm down, girl. Calm down. This is still a stranger. You got to wait 8 weeks before decision day. Don't talk about Zachary Jr. already on the first altar. And that was funny. I was like, damn, he's that attractive that much. And you talk about kids already? You jumped in the future real fast. So I said, that's nice. It's great to have the foreshadow. And to think that, all right, this guy, he's going to be my husband. I'm not trying to work on anything else. And I'm already have his kid. Let's start right away. I said, oh, all right, Michaela. All right. So, oh, yeah. I'm about to say something about when he talked about his father, right? And he introduced the idea, not introduced, he told him about that he's going to get married in 2 weeks. The father said something that, how you know you're going to be ready to be a husband if you never been a husband? I said for you to be the husband, you got to be a husband, right? And also the other thing is, how do you know that you're going to be a husband before you became a husband? Obviously, you've been with his mom for a long time. So how do you know you was ready to be a husband? So for him, he could know to be a husband if he got a great example of who a great husband is. If you raise him well and he see you as a great husband, then he can mimic his thing. Because usually boys mimic well, Rihanna said, boys turn out what the mother trains his heart to be. So if his mom know he was treated well by his father, who is his father, her husband, who is his father, and he treats his mom well, and he sees that as a good standing relationship. Because both Michaela and Zach said they have great family background, who parents in the relationship for a long time. But Michaela's dad died, so that affected her. But at the same time, before her father died, her mom and father was together. So the fact that they both had that foundation of a successful relationship and their parents could set them good for their own relationship, even though they never been in love, they could still have that blueprint of what their parents were. So if you was a great husband to his mom and showed that how a good husband be, that he could mimic that qualities in his relationship, even though he never been married before. So the fact that you would say that, I said, how do you know you was ready when you married his mom, who y'all been together for umpteen years now? So that was saying that it's just like a job. You got to have experience to get this job. So how can I get experience if you don't hire me to get the experience? It's like that. So you gotta get a chance. So let him be married. He gonna join this. This is a journey. He's 27, she's 30, so it's not that far off of age. And his vision was always marriage. He always visioned marriage. It's very uncommon that men always vision marriage for a while. Men just want to have his roy they so oaks and have a good time. It be free. It have body counts. But it's very rare that you see a man who visioned marriage by the age of 25. I want to get married by 25, but that didn't happen. Now he's 27. Now he's about to get married. So I said a lot about them. So how y'all feel about Michaela and Zach? While we move on to the next couple, please put your comments down. Tell me how y'all feel about those couple. But I ain't like what his father said to him. I was like, okay, if you is a great example, he will be a great guy. And the only thing about it is that he was crying a lot before he got in the altar, which is nice. It was nice. It just shows that he is ready. He's emotional. He about to be married to someone, even though it's someone he never met before, but he has so much faith in this process that this is real for him. So it was nice. Who was next? All right, y'all. So every season we got this couple that we all may feel that may not work, or have this person in a couple that we so hated. Like last season, I couldn't stand Haley Dusty behind. Yes, I still can't stand her. And after she's still trying to play Jacob to this day, and Virginia, you're drunk behind trying to get on this freaking line and try and bash him when he hasn't been respectful for the whole process, even after they left. He have every right to be mad, but he's still been respectful. But you want to get your freaking junk Dusty behind to get on his DMs and trying to bash this man on the sake of Haley, and she trying to get online and trying to play him. No. So I don't like that girl. If y'all don't know who Haley is, watch my reviews in my life on who Haley was and how everybody collectively didn't like that chick. All right, so I think Miller will be the next Haley. I don't know how I feel. I feel that way. I think Miller will probably be the next Haley. The way how Miller come across in this episode, it's like, I go, okay, girl, that divish motif, that's divish-ish stick in a high maintenance kind of lifestyle, a high maintenance kind of personification that you putting on is too much right now. I think it's y'all. I didn't change the picture. None of them is Miller. So they changed the picture. All right, here we go. This is Miller right here. Oh, let me take this comment off. This is Miller right here. Miller and Gil. Miller, that just right here. She right here. I have a feeling I might not like her. I have a feeling she's going to be too much this season. She wants things her way. She said nobody couldn't change her way, but you got to show Married at First Sight. So if you that very picky and you very that stubborn, you very want to have your own set of ways, why not get a guy who has a lot of money and you have that thing out here to find a marriage and get down and do whatever you want to do to sustain your lifestyle. He's a firefighter. Yeah, firefighters make money, but they don't probably make that much money to leave a sustainable lifestyle that she wants. She wanted to have the Louis Prada Gucci pop damn tags kind of lifestyle that she has. She talk about, oh, she very materialistic. She high demand and everything. And yeah, but that's saying she want a man who's caring and stuff like that. But yes, I like to travel. I like to find someone who could spend their money on me, who could be that traditional man and all that stuff. I said, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. But yeah, throughout this episode, she was all like, I don't like this. I can't stand that. They're going to get this. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do this. The bachelor party. No, I'm not down like that. I can't dance like that. I don't this. That. She was complaining about the whole episode. I said, shut up. Shut up. Like, get off my screen. Like, if you don't want to do nothing, she didn't want to dance. She was judging Michaela and Bao for what they was doing. She was like, oh no, I don't do that. I don't do that. I'm just too much of this. So I said, how the hell you travel? You got a pool. How you a prude and you travel too much? So when you're going to travel, and what you do? Stay in your room all day? You say you like to travel. You like to do. You adventurous. How you adventurous, but you that prudish? How that go together? You can't be adventurous and prudish. Are you adventurous and outgoing, or not outgoing and you stay to yourself and be very selfish? You can't mix max that too. Like, you can't be adventurous and prudish. Like, she was very prudish. Like, she was very like, oh no, I don't like that. I don't like this. No, I don't want that. No, I want dancing. This. I said, well, calm down. Like, she was very judgy. She very this. And then she was saying, oh, I like a tall, dark, handsome. I can't deal with a guy with no a bald head. I said, oh. I said, did you tell the figure expert that? Because they compare you with a bald headed guy. No, this guy right here. Never mind. Not Johnny Bao. These people right here. He's right here. They paired you with a bald headed man. So how this gonna take? And she said, oh yes. He gotta have a beard. I said he bald headed and he don't have a beard. So I said, girl, you got two double mammies about you that. Hey, did you notice that every time they ask her what you want in a man, she keeps saying dark, tall, dark, and handsome? Oh, so you superficial chick. So you're superficial on top of being materialistic. Cause you never go, you didn't get any deeper than what you say you want. Oh, I want a guy who talks that's handsome. 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 That's how she was saying the whole episode. The whole 3 hours, we were watching that whole figure episode. She kept saying that same thing. What you want in the man? I want a guy who talks that's handsome. I said, we got it, girl. You want a guy who talks that's handsome. What else? What else qualities that you want out of him? Besides the money. Child. Everlasting nerve. Right, JW? She got my everlasting nerve. Like, girl. Stuff. So she walked down the aisle. She saw him and she said, yeah, he's handsome. He's good looking. He's nice smile and stuff. And she was too picky. She could be very difficult. So, and then he said he gonna have an issue with materialistic females and materialistic women. I said, oh, how that gonna go about? Because girl, you about to marry, it's very materialistic. And it seems like based on the preview of next week, some of that stuff will show out and some of the stuff will be an issue right off the bat. And this one of the couples that I feel, I'm going to say it for now, they may not work. They probably will not work. Because he probably is too caring kind of guy. Unless she get off her high horse of that materialistic demands that she wants, that how she wants her lifestyle. Granted, that's what you want. That's what you want. But don't get on a show like this when they might not pair you with someone who is materialistic like you. Now, I don't know what experts was thinking. You should have found a man. You try to find a man who is materialistic like her, and they'll be happy and go lucky. And they can live like the lifestyle they want to live like lifestyle. But yes. See, I said she's too scared for last season. She can't watch this. She can't watch this one. Don't let last season scarred you, girl. Don't let last season scarred you, girl. Yeah, last season was my first season watching Married at First Sight, and that was the worst season ever. They all said it. So now it's like, yes, I'm hopeful. But it seemed like the expert did a better job with the pairing. But I don't. They did. This is a couple that opposite kind of track. No, I think the Brett and Ryan was opposite track based on that. But these people like that same thing. Okay, Tracy, see we coming in. They say the only thing she seemed to like about him was he speaks Spanish. Yes, yes, I do feel like they when he said mention that he's Spanish, and he said, "Oh yeah, my mom, she only speaks Spanish and everything." And he was Colombia. I said, "Oh, I want to go Colombia." I said, "Oh, you're gonna go make a trip to Colombia." I said, "Don't make a trip to Colombia because she'll try to spend your money." Nah, she gonna try. The last thing she's gonna try to do is stay home. And if she do stay, if she do like to shop, like I said, she's adventurous and prudish. So I don't know how the vacation will be. I can't wait to the honeymoon and see how they're gonna go when the all couples go down the little group honeymoon. I want to see how she acts because how she acts at the bachelor party is probably how she gonna act everywhere else. She prudish and standoffish and act like she's better than everyone and get a stick of her behind. Get that stick out of your behind and let loose a little bit. It's not being judgmental. Okay. Like, yes. So I was like, good. I didn't really say much about him because he didn't really have much to say. The only thing about he said he doesn't like materialistic women. So I know he's gonna have an issue when the next episode when she starts talking about, oh, I like this, I want this, I don't want this, I like this lifestyle, and this is how I want my lifestyle to be. And then I ain't gonna change for no, I ain't gonna change for myself or for anyone. That gonna turn him off. It gonna turn him off. They're gonna set the whole mood throughout the freaking rest of the season. The way she is. So and then she said the wedding altar. Oh, when it comes to the kiss, no, I'm not gonna kiss in the mouth. He's a stranger. He got kissed me on the cheek. I don't know him. I said that's you're right. But don't get on a show called Married at First Sight. You don't want to do anything at marriage because you married basically now. You married. You chose a show as Married at First Sight. So it's not like you dating at first sight. It's marriage at first sight. So you husband and wife. So how long you gonna want him not to kiss you? Granted, I say take it slow for everything else. Like moving in together. That's the same thing I didn't like last season. Everybody would move in together, except for that joint apartment that the show got for them. But all that other stuff, not moving in together until after y'all figure out what's going on. Stay in your own prospective houses. And then after the 8 weeks, then y'all want to decide y'all move together and get a house together as your own individual house. Y'all go search for and search together. So moving in together should not be happening so quickly. Take things slowly, yes. And everything. But you got married at first sight. Most people should have had a kiss in the altar. But he saw her. He looked at her when they said it's time to kiss your bride. And I guess he sensed that she was not comfortable with the mouth, so he went to the cheek. And she was like, I said, oh. Yes, that's the face I made when they did that little kissing thing. I said, oh, whatever. All right, y'all. That's Mila and Gil. This couple right here. Right here. And even after when they sit down, after they had the freaking wedding ceremony, it seemed like it was kind of dry. I mean, yes, they're trying to get to know each other because it's gonna be awkward. You just say yes to the person, and this person is your husband, and this person is your wife, and you're trying to get to know each other. So you had to have a million questions to ask each other. So yes, it's gonna be something, but whatever, y'all. Next, y'all, is Ryan and Brett. So, y'all, feel free to tell me how y'all feel about this couples. Even the couples I talked about already. Feel free before we go jump to the next topic. Y'all let me know your thoughts. Ryan and Brett, right here. This couple. They're the fourth person to get married. No, I don't think they said the I do's yet because I think it ended after. Yeah, so the next episode, I think it was showed Jose and Rachel and Brian and Rhett's wedding and their process. But right now, what we did introduce that they was getting themselves together and getting ready to walk in the aisle and walk down the altar and stuff like that. And then he saw her and I don't know. based on his facial expression, he looked like he was really attracted to her or something. I don't know. Y'all tell me, because when they show the previews, his face was, they looked like he was so happy. But I don't know. That's whatever. Ryan and Brett. Brett is not Brett. Ryan. Ryan is suffering from his death of his best friend, and that still affected him and all that stuff like that. So it's like it weighs in his face. You could tell, like every time he talks about his best friend, he's so sad about that. So that's understandable, and it's still fresh. But he's been a serial dater. He had close instances that he wanted to take the next step for the people who, for whatever reason, whoever females were who want to take the next step with, they probably want to take the next step with him. So whatever. So he was able to find a person to walk down the aisle with. But then we come to find out he easily fall in love. I said, oh. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not wrong with you be easily fall in love with someone. Some people can easily fall in love with someone in the first day, meeting them. Someone within the first 24 hours. I said first 24 hours. Oh, it must be really profound and deep that you fall in love that easily. So he said he's easy for the love. He's a serial dater. But I said, then there must be some issues that are going on with his past relationship. He did say that some relationships, he can't even go to this town anymore because how he ended with the relationship with the girls or whatever happened because he's a player. So I said, what the hell are you doing? The fact that he isn't for the love. Are you stalking? Are you stalkish? What's she doing, Ryan? And this is a couple that I feel like was the opposite attract because while he was a serial dater and he dated a lot of females through his time, and also, he was dating a lot of females in his time. Meanwhile, she hasn't really dated like that. She didn't have an intimacy with a guy since 2 years, not even a kiss. So she never been kissed by a guy for at least 2 years, and haven't been intimacy with a guy for at least 2 years. Not even that close enough that she felt uncomfortable. So it may feel awkward for her to be walking down the aisle and be kissing a man, a stranger, the first time. So I don't know. Maybe she rushed it because she said she's so hell bent on having that intimacy. So she probably will welcome the kiss. I think she said she will welcome the kiss. But he would have asked her first to be a gentleman. So I said, okay, she'll probably welcome the kiss because she haven't been kissed for a while. So might not well kiss the guy who will be about to be your husband. Sure. But we'll see how that goes. Because I don't think she didn't have sex because it's her choice. I think she had sex because she hasn't been connected to the person that she hasn't been connected with. She wants to be in a relationship and build the relationship, the foundation for someone before she gives up. So the fact that she's going to be in a relationship with someone at first sight and who's a complete stranger, so I won't be surprised that she will wait a while before she give him some, even after she waited 2 years. I said, hell, mine as well. I waited 2 years. I might as waited well longer to see how he is before I give him my cookies, even though he is my man, he's my husband. It's like that. So just wait a while, but don't rush a while and see how it goes. But this is the opposite of track because he's coming for serial dating for someone who hasn't been really dating like that. So for them to match up like that, I will see how comfortable she is after he expressed. And I think he might express to her how much a relationship or play he was. He dated a lot of females. So if that would be an issue for her, maybe it probably will be. But she's married now. She'll be married to him. So we'll see how it plays out. If he go still have his player days or he ready to settle down. I think he's ready to settle down. He just that's why he probably jumped in this process. Find me someone who can settle down so I won't continue on this cycle of playing my player days. So, but he easily fall in love. So we'll see how much of his emotions that's going to be involved. I mean, I want to know if he's easy to fall in love. It's tied to after the death of his best friend. That he want to fall in love to be someone who's so close to together like that. We'll see how this relationship goes. Because this is one of the opposite attract couples that they always have every year. So we'll see how that goes between those two. I think she could be able to balance out him and probably be there for him. But at the same time, he needs to be there for her and be very patient. Because I don't think for one life for me that him being a serial dater, that he was very laid back with his sex life. No, I think he's very active in his sex life, being dating so many females like that. So we'll see how that goes. because if he gonna be one of those who's like he needs to have something, he's not getting it as much. It might be an issue. It may be. It may be an issue. It probably will be. And because her know that she stood out, she waited. She had to fill him out, right? So that's what I was doing. Shoot. So we didn't see their wedding yet. It cut off after I think when he saw her coming through the door and coming in. That's it cuts off. So we will see their wedding next week. Well, like this, Ryan and Brett, along with Jose and Rachel. These two, they will be the last two who didn't have their wedding yet. So, how y'all feel about Ryan and Brett? I mean, based on a little bit that we've seen, I don't know. It just feels, I don't know. I'm in the fence with those two. But we're going to see how the interaction goes and what information is brought up and what is needed to be said and also like that. For someone who's serial dated to stop that and he intimately wants to be in a relationship now, for someone who haven't been intimate with a guy, it's going to be something. Should be guarded. So, y'all, how y'all feel about Ryan and Brett? And lastly, let's go on to Jose and Rachel before we move on to put a ring on it. All right. The middle right here, Rachel and Jose. The only thing we get about it is that Jose is a perfectionist. He's a perfectionist, and he's one of the people who will budget break down to the T of everything he spends and what he do. He's very meticulous. He's very picky of who he wants, or stuff like that. I said, Like, it's like the first episode we saw, he has a breakdown. This is this much. This is this. This is this, that. This is that. This, that. This, that. This, that. It costs this way. It costs that way. This, that. It's a penny picture. So it's like, is that going to be a problem that he's counting the pennies to the T? And he's very perfectionist that he had these qualities that she wants this, she wants this, she wants this. And I said, they got to tell him, it's like, you want so much, but are you willing to bend on some of these things that you want? Because that's why you was never getting a successful relationship now, because you is this hardcore perfectionist. And I need these people to stop hiring people all the time, get people in the show who's perfectionist and picky. And I said, this is very contradictory for you to get on a show where you that perfectionist, picky like that. No, so why you get on a show like this? And that's the case. I don't know. So I'll get people who like that. Because then it was like they will be closed off. They're gonna have their own set standards and stuff like that, how they want, and they don't get the meat. And they don't get their standards meet or also like that. They're gonna break down, they're gonna distance themselves because they too picky or perfectionist. Break down in the war. Because at the end of the day, just because you want perfection, you're not perfect yourself. Because if you was perfect yourself, you'd probably be in a relationship right now. You want to be an old married at first sight, right? So get that perfectionist thing out of here. Like I hear people say, "Oh, I'm a perfectionist." I said, "So what? Are you perfectionist? Then nothing's going wrong in your life, right? Nothing go wrong in your life if you're a perfectionist. Nothing go wrong. So everything is okay. Everything is great. Everything is 100%. Everything is peaches and cream. Everything's all rainbow because you're a perfectionist, right? Like things to be perfect. Perfect. But you got on the show called Married at First Sight. So everything's not going on pieces of rainbow if you're that perfectionist. But oh well. Let me get off of that rant about that because I don't know. So Jose did that. And Rachel, she worked on herself because she said she had gained out of weight and she worked on her body. So she wants someone who's maybe understanding and patient with her and go through this process. And I don't know. I was watching other people's reviews about that. They said they got their suspicions about Jose and they got suspicions about Zach. And I don't want to jump that bridge yet. Because they want to say they the other way. Because I don't jump that conclusion yet. I need to find out the story. But a lot of people saying they got a suspicion between Jose and Zach, and I don't know why. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I don't go jump there yet. But I do say that when he wasn't with the boys, his mannerism was different than when he was with family and stuff like that. I don't know. But I'm not going to be one who's going to jump down that bandwagon yet. And let's walk down this journey with them and see how that goes and stuff. But people saying that. So I said, oh, that's interesting. I don't know. Usually people are right. So we're going to see. But I don't know. How y'all feel about Jose and Rachel? Anything? They're ready to have to come up yet. It will be next week. So I guess we'll push forth these two people first next time we talk about the show and see how that goes. All right, y'all. That's what I say. Right when they will see. We'll see how that goes. We'll see about those two. All right, let's jump ship to put a ring on it. If you got last little things about this couple, feel free to put it down before we jump ship. Let me see. Get off of that. Put a ring on it. Let me see. 105.35. All right, so put a ring on it, y'all. I like this show. This is on the second season. And once again, like I stated, put a ring on it is basically a social experiment. And these people have been in an impasse in relationship, meaning that they ready to take the next step. But something is holding them back. Whether it's the wife, whether it's the fiance is holding the back, or the girlfriend is holding the back, or the boyfriend is holding the back, or it's both of them. And it's always something that they don't think about until they get in the process and they feel like more stuff is coming and added to the situation. Why we feel like, oh wow, that's why y'all never took the next step, and why is this way. And some of the people we feel like they should never got together or they should never stayed this long. Alexia and Damien. I don't know why she stood there for 14 years. But we get to those in a minute. But they go through this. So they say, like, listen, we're in an impasse. I'm ready to walk down the aisle. I'm ready to be your husband. I'm ready to be your wife. Yes, a lot of these couples do got trust issues. And yes, we definitely gonna talk about that. But we ain't take that next step. You ain't put a ring on it. So they get on this show, go put a ring on it, where they got a social experiment. It's like 8 to 10 weeks. Phil Mark. Yes, CM. F him. We're gonna talk about that, y'all. Yes. And they get on this thing, and it's like a 10 weeks process, I think 8 to 10 weeks process, where they go on dates. Now, a lot of people say they don't like the date formula. I say the reason why I do like the date formula is because these people, if they all was good in their own standard relationship, they would never got into the show. So obviously the dates is not just them going on dates. Maybe it is. But it's also to understand what is they going on these dates and what is they learning from these dates that they could bring back to their own relationship, or what they're missing that they could bring back and find out, or what they're missing themselves that they have been locked away. Like, for example, Kai, she lost her voice for after all this long time, and then she was able to say things on her dates like that she could was able to say or whatever she needed to say. But even though she was on Damien train all this time on her dates, but the last day she had, she was not focused on him, and she was able to be herself. And we see the Kai that we see. So it's like these dates not only helps about them, but at the same time it helps their relationship if they decide to move on forward. Because last season, Tamika and Vince and Michael and Shay are still together, based on Ashley on the interview that she did on the ladies' first panel. They still together. Ashley and Hollywood, on the other hand, they left. They decided to split their own goals separate ways. Ashley said yes to the proposal at the end of the season, but she said yes because she didn't want to embarrass him. But she knew deep down inside she didn't want to move forward with him. And afterwards, they're trying to make it work, but it was never got to the point that it wasn't getting any better. It's still going downhill even after she said yes to the proposal at the end. So they want to split in separate ways, and she's doing her. So see, if don't do film up like that. Yes. So that's that. And on top of that relationship things, I think they should do more counseling, more weekly group counseling, not just a group, but individual counseling with Nicole. We need to see more of that, because we need to see what other issues is plaguing a relationship. They probably not realize it. And also more one-on-one sessions. If we have more of that and more of the couples counseling sessions on top of the dates, synapses and the group therapy they have, and also you get to see how they act, what they say, what they don't say. Are they really jealous? Are they not jealous? Are they 1 foot out the door? And they're doing things that purposely hurting their spouse. So like that. So it have a lot of layers in the show, even though some people might not like the dating formula. But I think it's worth it because you get to see what's going on, and I think it's also worth it because something that Kai has been feeling about this guy Darian, it comes to true. Even though he basically saying it's not true, it's come to fruition. And what if Kai say what she said next week that we find out if it's true? That's why he's so hard on trying to make it work because it's so freaking fishy how all of something is all about Lexia now. Don't y'all notice that? We talk about that. If y'all watch the episode, it's fishy that he's all about Lexia now. All this time he was playing this game, not the game, but he was playing himself, doing him, being in the process. But now he want to dump with a Kai because it's all about Lexia. She feels type of way, all that stuff. Or because you did something that you know she's whole bent thinking that you are stepping out. Which technically you did. You got 3 children. What about that? All right, so let's do Sean on Lavonda. Oh, if y'all don't know, this is Dr. Nicole Beach. She's the relationship expert of the show. This is Eric and Jessica. These two. This is Alexia and Damian. And this is Sean and Lavonda. All right. She said no, because I don't want to be bothered to remember the name. Ask the question, Phil from Marbar, although he did want us, JW. Yes. And don't y'all notice that a lot of his scenes, his lips is ashy? I said, can you moisturize the lips and put some Vaseline or something like that? That scene when he talked to Alexia in that car, and the video was panning on his freaking face, I said, why your lips is whiter than your whole face? His lips was whiter than his whole face. I said, you better lick those lips and put some Vaseline. You better dump the Vaseline on your freaking mouth. Something like that, because that was ashy as hell. And they keep panning in his face. And he's very dramatic when he talked. So they had to pan the video in his face because he's theatrical when he talked. Wow, you got to do this. I was like, child. But we talk about Sean and Lawanda first, y'all. So, right, Renee? She'll tell y'all, say, y'all seen those episode. Y'all know what I'm talking about. His freaking lips all ashy. Or ashy. Child. All right. So we're gonna talk about episode 5 and 6, and so overall synopsis. Sean, he is emotional manipulator. He is emotional manipulative. He is manipulating the whole relationship. He does things that make Wanda be careful of what she does and say, and walking on eggshells, based on, that's her words, walking on eggshells. And the fact that you had to walk on eggshells in a relationship with the person, your partner, it's a dangerous situation because you don't know what you're going to do or say to take them off, to make them go in a freaking tangent, go off the rockets, off the charts, off the hot seat, burn fire in a relationship, anything. It going to throw them off. It going to take them off to the point, it going to be explosive. That's what I'm saying, word. It could be explosive. You don't know what's going to take them off. So the fact that you're in a relationship and you got to walk on eggshells, it's a relationship that you shouldn't be in. Because if you're not comfortable, it's safe to communicate and talk to the person without them think the worst or thinking absolute horrible about you. You could be having a civil conversation, but they will have 1,000,001 scenarios of what you could have been doing that's not even the truth. And he just formed this on his head. So then he formulate this and think you lying about towards him when he create this whole mentality in his head. Create a whole scenario. Visualize. If it doesn't say what she want him to say, she lying. Right? So they had this whole communication thing, right? And she asked him, it's like, listen, we didn't have communication because that's something we have mixing and we have an issue and trouble with. And he sat down and he said, okay, what's going on? And he said he want proactive information. He want to know where she's going, what she's doing, at times for him to be okay with that. Because at times, she did say that oftentimes she doesn't tell him where she go. And I want to know why she doesn't tell him. I mean, granted, the relationship partner is not your father and it's not your mother. Sometimes your partner and your wife become your father and mother if that's what you allow it to be. but that's taxing itself. So what adult want to continue to check in with another adult all the time about where everything they're going? Especially if you're going to trust me or not, to know that I'm not going to go out there and do anything. Now, granted, yes, if I'm out somewhere and I will let my partner know, not because I'm fearful of what's going on, but to let them person know that something happened to me, or whatever, you know what I'm at, and you know what I'm doing. And I don't want to put you in a position that you will be unaware of my location. It's like that. You don't have to know every details, but at least let you know that I'm going to Atlanta next week. So this one I'm gonna be here for this week. I'm gonna be in this hotel. That's that. I'm hanging with a couple of friends and stuff like that. But if you don't say nothing, and then a person is on the other end is formulating why this person ain't telling me anything. Why are you not telling me nothing? Not telling me anything. It grows the demon inside. It grows that seed that they gonna start formulate this thing, and she's cheating on me. She just that the monster. It's gonna be the monster coming out, and she want that. So I do agree that you may want to communicate more, but on the other hand, Sean, you got to make it safe for her to even communicate with you, because I don't think like you safe. You got that big Kool-Aid smile. Even though I say like guys like people who smile a lot, his smile does something. It's not just the smile of great smile. It's a smile of mischievousness behind that. Behind that. It's a smell of deceitfulness, smell of manipulation. The smell if she don't shut up, I won't get her. I'm going to get home. Like he got that big Kool-Aid smile. At first, when we saw him, it felt like it was very nice. I said, "Oh, look at the guy who loves to smile a lot." But now, as we get deep down into his personality and who he is and how he is, and how he freaking basically went on a freaking whole temper tantrum when she went on her first date, throwing up and all that stuff like that, it goes to show that smile is something deep. Not just a smile of, oh yeah, he's smiling at me, we're smiling back. No, smile at me, but I'm manipulative, I'm emotional abusive, I'm controlling, I'm this, and it's all because I smile. Right? It's all because of that. So that's not gonna drop your guards down. So he's saying through his process that he don't want to date anyone else. He wants to date, but the end goal he wants with LaWanda. So if the end goal is LaWanda, why are we in the show? Why are we here? And if also you're the one who want to take the next step because you feel like you financially insecure, you inferior, or that sort of that. So that's your own insecurities that's planking out. And now the fact that you trying to go on these dates and saying that, oh yes, I like Brittany. We had a lot of common. This is that. I like that. We're gonna start that. But I don't want to do this. Oh, I like Tari. We had a great yoga session. We had a great conversation. But I can't do that. Oh, I like this girl. We have good chemistry. We had this, but I'm not gonna do that. You're doing that not because you want to pick LaWanda at the end, though. You're doing that because you are fearful of how you're gonna be in relationships and how it's gonna be at the end. Because you're fearful if you continue on this date, you may understand that maybe LaWanda's not right for you, or maybe you will understand that something else is missing, or also maybe you're trying to control the narrative that she won't continue on being successful in her dates or leave you if she finds someone else. If you go keep saying, "Oh, I'm not going on a date because my end goal is LaWanda," because if you keep saying that, she goes, "Oh my gosh, you know what? He does want me." But is that so truthful? Or you gonna be understanding, or is that truthful because you genuinely believe that he does want you at the end, or you thinking it's because he's saying that is he want to be manipulative and controlling for you to not to leave him? Because at the end of the day, you got to be authentic to this process to know that if you do go to time to put the wing on it, it's because out of genuineness and love, and not out of fear or frustration or afraid that the person will react differently if you go say no or you walk your separate ways. So I think it's because she's a good catch. She has a lot of money. She does like that. He's inferior. So she's a meal ticket for him, a golden ticket. Even I don't think he used them for money, but at the same time, he said he was inferior. So you look at someone who's, even though she doesn't make you feel inferior, you feel yourself inferior. So how can this work? So then you get in this process in the show, and you try to control the narrative and tactics, and you act basically, oh, if I should not choose Lawanda, this one is, if that's Mal again, should I not choose Lawanda? Is that the angle? It's not because of that. Nobody say you can't choose Lawanda, but choose Lawanda if you know for a fact it's not out of fear or afraid. So fearful that she have a simple conversation on her dates, but you can't fathom that she could have a simple conversation, but you think she's doing something else. So you don't think she's telling you the truth because what? Because you might do something, so she could do something. So I'm not gonna continue on these dates, and I'm gonna keep saying no on these dates because I know if she continue doing what I'm doing, she could do the same thing I'm doing. Not knowing she may not do the same thing as you're doing. But if you continue on like this, she will step out and leave you behind. And that's something that I don't think he wants. I don't think he wants that. How y'all feel about Sean Lawanda? I don't think he wants that. So that's that. So she decided on a second date with Derek. She said she enjoys the date with Derek. He declined the date with Tari because exactly what he said. Oh, I like the we good thing, but I don't want to go live a date with Kylie because I want Lawanda. I want Lawanda. I want her. She's this and she's that. I said, if you want Lawanda, why are we here? Why are we here? And all these people they pair with are good matches for him. The only thing I didn't like, and I do agree with Lawanda, is he said, well, Brittany decided to take a later, she missed a flight or something for Florida because she had a performance, and she decided to drive and go on a date with him. And so she still feels so bad about that. He was willing to drive with her to Florida. I said, that's so stupid. You go drive her all the way to Atlanta to Florida with her because she decided to go on a date with you, and so you feel a little bad that she went on a date with you. You go ride her back with her. That don't sound right. That don't sound right. Yeah, I will wonder when he said that. I said, that don't sound right. Why? What you gonna do? Drive all the way to state lines to go with her in Florida? You had to do that. It's like that. So I will with her like that. At the end of the day, listen, y'all both in this process to figure out if y'all gonna be together or not. But the fact is, it seems like Sean is the more issue on the relationship, Lawanda. But at the same time, Lawanda, you stayed with him. So, yeah. Biggie on you. Why you on the show? Yes. I think Sean cheated and tried to control the narrative. Yes. Why are you on the show? I think Sean is cheating and trying to control the narrative. Something. Oh, you know what? Thank you for reminding me, CM. Both Lawanda and Sean did say that before Sean got with Lawanda, he hasn't been faithful. His first faithful relationship was Lawanda. So before that, he was a cheater. And now he got with Lawanda and he stopped all of that. So they say. And she said that he's been faithful from them. But before she got with him, he wasn't. Not in relationship, but before she started dating him, he wasn't a faithful person. He got faithful when he got with Lawanda. And I want to know why he got faithful with her and he wasn't faithful with other females he was dating before. It's because he got golden mind ticket with Lawanda and he don't want to miss that up. All right? But I could be wrong, but I feel that's why I feel like that's gonna be it. Now only saying you're faithful for her because you want to mess that bag. You don't want to mess up the bag. So that's why he holds her so strongly for Lawanda not to leave her. So that's why he's so afraid, yes, him, of controlling the narrative of that. If I continue on these dates and I like these ladies, then I could do something and it's not gonna be good and it's not gonna be conducive to the relationship. But that's the whole process of relationship in this process. Even though it's no boundaries, that's why I like it was no boundary this season. It's because if you don't have no boundaries, you can't control the person aspect. So if they can get on these dates and know it's something missing in their own relationship, they're gonna go out there and do something. Then you got to realize either this person has been on and show you the person who they really is, and you gotta make the decision. So if you're so afraid that you're gonna go to the next step with the person, So that way, you trying to make a blame that she's gonna step out if she continue on these dates. So that's why you try to manipulate this whole narrative. So yes, it is true. And he has been a cheater before he met LaWanda, and when he met LaWanda, he's been faithful. So, and he said LaWanda has been his first faithful relationship. So that says volumes of his character and how he is now. And that's why he don't want to lose her. He don't want to lose LaWanda. But yet, you doing all this. You don't have to lose her, but you better change up your ways. And LaWanda, you gotta be careful. If you say yes to this guy, and it's no more cameras, no more this, you better run. You better run. You better run to the next case. You better run to the next country somewhere because something gonna be going down. All right. Let's do Jessica and Eric, y'all. So if y'all anything else about Sean and LaWanda, tell me how y'all feel about those people. Jessica and Eric. We find a little bit more about how Eric and Jessica don't really trust each other. They don't trust each other. And the foundation of trust has been broken since the beginning. First of all, they still don't know exactly when they first dated together. It's like she said 3 years ago, he said 4 years. Oh, she said 4 years ago, he said 3 years ago. They're not even the same terms of the actual dating they started together. That's one. When they met each other, he was a player, and that's how he got Jessica, because he was met and do infidelity. He was a player. She got with Jessica and all stuff. Now, on the other hand, I think he got Jessica because he wanted an eye candy on his arm. He didn't want a woman with death. Now you're not in football anymore. Now you don't have that part. You might still have the money, but you don't have the football career anymore. It's not revived. Hey, how you doing? Jay Rudolph, what's going on? Because he's not doing football no more, it's like his whole world crashed down because his whole world was sports. And now he's not there anymore. Now he's got a relationship. So now he's trying to be faithful all of a sudden now. And because of that, it makes Jessica feel type of way about him being faithful and he feel about her. Now, he did say after his football career had ended, squash, whatever, he was trying to revive it. But she stepped out because he wasn't emotionally available for her or being there for her when she wants to be. Because all this time, it's like, I had you when I was in my prime of career. You was my arm candy. You was my trophy girlfriend. You were someone that people could look at and say, oh, I'm the bomb. I'm this. I'm that. And you wanted death, and now you say you want death from someone. But it seems to me that, and the fact that you don't want to hear don't hear things from her, it may seem like y'all have conversations, but y'all conversations not really that deep to the point that y'all could have death. But now that you're not in football anymore, now you want that deep conversations going on, and it's not being happened because she has been that for you for a while. You can't have an arm candy and expect her to have death or something after a while. All these years she's been doing this for you. She was been a superficial physicality type of person for you all this time. And now you're not in football. Now you want that depth. It's something that she hasn't been practiced for a while. And that's what it makes her feel some type of way when you bring this up and you say it in a way that make her feel like she's superficial. But she could be. Maybe she is that. And maybe she's not bringing depth because all the other stuff that when conversations happen when she's on dates, she don't go deeper. It's when she went on a date with Sean, then we find out she had kids. I didn't even know she had kids when she told on the relationship with Sean. She have kids. She want more of that. She wants someone to see more value than what's presented in front of her. But if all you showing people your beautiness and not inside, then they not gonna go further than that. Because maybe you're not giving off anything more than the superficialness. Superficial. I mean, I'm creating ones. I don't care. It's my life. Superficial. So it's like, can we go any deeper than that? So she liked this idea with Sean. It's like it seems like the natural between those two Well, her date, Sean. So I ain't taking no pictures of dates because whatever. I ain't taking pictures of dates, but it seemed like they flowed naturally. Her relationship with Sean, because they both had similarities. They both got 2 daughters. They both got kids. They both feed off energy so well that they have a conversation like it's so fun and games and laugh. Not fun and games, but it's laugh and moments. It doesn't feel like it's. It doesn't feel contrived. It doesn't feel forced. It feels natural between those two. On the other hand, I don't know how y'all feel, but with her and Eric, it seemed like they walk on eggshells talking to each other. It seemed like it's just their conversation seems forced. The conversation doesn't seem like it was any depth at all. So now y'all faking the fun to try and say y'all deeper than what y'all was, and it was not like that. So he felt like because the football career ended, she stepped out and entertained another guy, and it was on a break and entertained someone else. Yes, they do, definitely do, and she entertained someone else. And because she entertained someone else, it's a struggle. It's a struggle for them. And he still feel like she's still entertaining that other person that he feel a type of way about. And she says she's not. But he still reach out and everything on stuff. So that person who had that whole natural control, that's unknown person, is taking up their whole space in the relationship. Whoever this person is clouding their whole relationship. So you gotta nip that in the butt and get that out of here because it's coming in between in your relationship. So as long as y'all get that person out of here, whether you think it's true or not, what she's doing something, if you still hell bent of her seeing someone else, then why you with her? And everything. I do understand that. Maybe I do believe that since his football career dwindled, maybe he was being difficult. Maybe he was upset. It's like postpartum. It's like his whole career livelihood was the sport, and it just dropped. So I could believe that he was being hard. I could believe that he was talking away that and make her feel belittled and down. It's like that. Oh, shut up! You was never that person. You just want me out of my money. I could believe that. I could believe that. Especially he's been doing sports all this time and saw stuff, and then it just ended like that. So I believe he probably been difficult. I believe that. And she probably was like, you know what? I need to step out of it. And because you not being the person that I thought you were supposed to be, you just changed on me because your career is not the way it was to be. So I believe that. But now y'all together, and now y'all still having this unknown person occupying your whole space. He's there. Not physically there, but he's there. Until y'all get that out the way, y'all can never be on the same page and trusting each other. Never. So let me see. What else would happen? And you know, it's something that Dr. Nicole said. They are so much alike, and they don't even realize it. They mirror each other. They do mirror each other. How they react, how they get jealous. But when he mentioned about, how Leilani was so good and stuff like that, maybe I think he was putting 2110 about, yeah, she's this. Even though I understand, I love her. I like how she did. She got substance and all stuff. But laying on thick his description of Leilani. He decided on another date with her. And she started on another date with Sean. Because she said when she's with him, she don't think about Eric. And she did say Sean did tell him that she likes him. No, he likes her. So she had to think about that. And I said, oh, okay. But they do mimic each other, how they feel jealous. Because they happy when they hear what they want to hear. But they get upset when they hear what they don't want to hear. And they both the same way. Because when you mention when she talks, she talks and he likes what she says, he get all happy. And vice versa. She does the same thing. Even though they try and deny it, they do the same thing with each other. And it's all because of trust. It's all because of that. So, and I think he held on to the day of life because that's, oh my God, that scene when he went to open the door for her date and that freaking camera was on top of his freaking rectangle's board-headed spot he had in the back of his head. Child, I said, oh, let it go, man. Let it go. Whatever, let it go. Either you cut that thing in or let the hell thing go. You might look better with boy. I don't know. But let it go. Yes. That's what I'm saying. Because that scene when they showed his head and it was pinned on his freaking rectangle ball spot. I said, oh no, let it go, man. You hold on to their life. Your football career is done. Let that football head go. Shave it off. Just like that. But oh well. And he looked nice when he got a do-rag. I said, you must stay with do-rag. You call do-rag head. Stay with the do-rag because you look better like that. Because the way, I don't know. And he probably looked nice when bald-headed, but I don't think he needs to let that go. I don't know when he'll hold on to it. So Jessica and Eric, I don't know about those two. He always go feel, interrogation. That's the thing I wanted to bring up. Every time she come on his dates, and just like this jealousy thing going on, because I think he felt type of way going. She stepped down on him when he was being difficult, when he got out his freaking, and it was on a break. He asked him a question. She said he will hand me down when I get off the freaking, when I get back on my date. Who was this? What you doing? What you have? I said, what adult would like to sit down and be badgering about their own spouse from head to toe, left to right, ABC, front and back, black and white, for you to keep hammering me with questions like that? It's not a figure. It's like, if you're not doing anything and you not being unfaithful, you have no power answering the question. It's not about having no power answering questions. It's about that you want to hear when you want to hear. Even if I'm telling you in my face the truth, if it's not what you want to hear, you will keep going until you get what you hear, and then you will say, I knew it. And then you mess with one of these petty females, she will tell you exactly what you want to hear and continue doing on and move on with their life. So, yes. He kept doing that. I said, and she said, what grown person would be sitting there and trying to get interrogated? Or you asking questions or you're interrogating. And no, I don't like to be interrogated by anybody. Don't be asking me 21 questions like that. And it's not like I'm not against answer questions. And so you can make sure you be able to trust me. It's the fact that you're approaching how you're doing it. It's like if you interrogating like I'm thinking committed a crime or something that I don't even know I committed, then that type of line of question is not a freaking line of question that you want to be okay. You a line of question that you want to get something out of me that you brought up in your mind. You set up in your scenario that it's happening, and if you don't hear from me out of my mouth down, I'm saying gonna say what you want to hear. Then you always gonna have an issue. That's every time I walk through that door, you always gonna have me sit down and be interrogated, and nobody will sit down and be interrogated by anybody. If you're not gonna get interrogated by your own freaking parents, who you gonna let some freaking a grown-up man adult be interrogated by you? Especially your adult. Now, when you're children and teenager, yes, your parents ask you many more questions. It's like that. And didn't Jessica drop one of her dates because he asked her personal questions? Yes, he did. Like that. So that's why I was saying that her date, she don't go deeper. So I was saying that, Jessica, you can't be too upset about people wanting to go deep if you not giving any depth to yourself. So you showing up superficial. So that's when nobody are going to see past through that physicality. Because you thinking because you this. And she's a beautiful woman. Don't get me wrong. She's a beautiful woman. She got a nice shape. She got a nice body. But if you only showing this and not this inside, then how someone go see past that? Now, Sean said he sees past that. And she said she want to hear that because she don't hear that for Eric. Because, baby, that's how you and every relationship has been. It's always been surface level. It has never been deeper than that. So how can you go any deeper? And that fact that his career is gone. Let me see. So is he really intimidating her? Maybe. And maybe her kind of ways. I mean, the way how he said it, he said, yeah, you're going to answer my question how I want to hear it. So it is probably he's interrogating and more a line of questioning. But the fact that she don't like to be questioned that's a problem. Yes. Yeah, she don't like it. I'll give him on. She don't like it. But on the other hand, I think his tactics, I do think he does that. And on top of that, because they had their trust issues, he does that interrogation and make her shut down also. But at the same time, I do think she don't like to go deep. So it's like crazy with those two. It's mixture. It's craziness between those two. And I think maybe she will be willing to answer deep questions with someone she'd be feel comfortable and open to explore with that with. And I think that with Sean, like any other days, we didn't mention she had any kids. I didn't even know that to this day. She mentioned she had any kids or something like that. I mean, granted, that's might be something like not a deep thing, but yes, sometimes you don't really talk about your children on television like that. It's like, yes, avoiding questions does make more questions. Yes, you like Tracy. Don't get me wrong. I'm not denying anything you said because if she does avoid questions, he will ask more questions. Because if you don't say nothing, that's avoiding questions, and then if you're not pleasing them. But I do understand if she does say something and he not agree and he not satisfied, he gonna keep asking. So it's both ways. If you're not saying nothing, he gonna keep asking more questions. But if she says something that's the truth and he doesn't like it, then he gonna keep hammering questions. So it boils down to it they don't trust in each other, and that trust is broken down somewhere. And with that unknown person that he keep bringing it up, that she keep entertaining, or she a lack of, or she's saying she's not, but he still think that she is. There's something's going on here. So how? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. The only thing we know about her is her kids. That she said she had 2 daughters. But yeah, we don't know anything deep about that. So yes, I do agree. She doesn't get more depth. So she can't get offended with somebody saying she's superficial. So that's her. That's her challenge. That's her challenge. If anything that's gonna be work, if she need to, when she said about her kid, I was shocked. Yes, I was shocked too because I was like, oh, okay. She never mentioned that. She never mentioned that at all. So I was like, wow, wow. Yes, I definitely was shocked. I agree because I said, okay, you never mentioned about kids any other time. All those people who talk about kids and dates, you never mentioned that. And now you mentioned, I said, oh, and you got 2 girls. So I said, oh, okay. Because she got children, I mean, how is Evan towards her children? So we need to explore. That's something that we need to like to know. It's like maybe I know she wants it, but is he really open? I don't know. You know what? That's why we don't get nothing from her. She's superficial, so we can't get nothing from her. So we need to go deeper, and they need to have more on one-on-one couple sessions. The first couple sessions she had, that's what he revealed about the his going that she stepped out and she went to entertain someone else. So we need to have more of that because we need to have more deeper conversation, and we need to have Dr. Nicole break more barriers of Jessica so she can open up more and see if we get deeper into what it is. Because I was like, okay, yes. So if anybody else got anything else about Jessica Eric, please put it down. Does he want kids? How is it a stepdad? Yes, that's what I want to know too. See, you asked the question that we need to know. Does he want more kids? How is this? Yeah, how is he towards her children? Because she never mentioned children up to now. So I was like, how is he towards your children? And when you got the children, do you have your children before you met him? I mean, she said her children was like 12 or something. So maybe it was before him. Yes, because they've been dating only for 4 years. So she probably had her children before she had them. But how is he? Is he a standard role model? Or if he's not a role model, or you keep your children away from him? I don't know. Well, we had to see more of that. So, yes. So let's move on to Alexia Darian, the couple. Hmm. Like I said, y'all, and people really answer the question yet. But did y'all find it was so weird and fishy why Darian all of a sudden want to appeal to Alexia demands and hear her words and stuff like that? It's like, what happened? You was all on this ride and just playing this relationship game, and all of a sudden now you want to listen and you want to do away the condo, you want to do away with this, and you want to stop the date with Kai, you want to do all that. I said, what happened? What happened? So, Alexia Darian, like, y'all know Alexia stormed out that freaking thing, but he said he want to go on another date with Kai, right? And she said, oh my gosh, what's going on? See, trying to play me. He said, why? Oh, yes, I knew. That's what I was saying. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to bring that up. Because I said, I know that's why. And that's something that she has been plaguing in her mind that he's doing. And he keeps saying he haven't been doing it. So now it's like, you are doing what she's saying she's doing. She said you doing. And you try to play in her face. So now I want to know how she's going to act when she find out that he slept with her. We're going to find out. Because I said, that's why you so hell-bent on pleasing Alexia now. All right. So, Alexia said she enjoyed her date with Monte. That's all right, Monte kind of. And he's a mention. When he said mentioned that he used to do music or he wasn't in music background, she said, "Oh." I said, "Oh, don't we want to ask her?" Shit. Phil Mob Dude got it. Yeah. Yes, Kai said it. So hope she ain't saying this to say it, but I don't think she would be the type of girl who say that, knowing that she got some leverage if she did it. So I wouldn't say that I slept with him. No, I didn't sleep with him. If you want to hurt Lexi, I mean, yes. If she want to be an upper hand, but you won't get the upper hand if you never go see the girl like that. You only see Alexia when you probably in the same location or something like that. So y'all not friends like that. So I do believe he probably slept with her. So, let me see. Yeah, she was throwing down. He said, "What's up with Kai?" She said, "It's not about Kai. Get out my face about Kai. It's not about her. It's about girl. You playing this game. It's out of you doing this. This is a play. It's be spiteful." Yeah, it's his side piece he got on the show. Oh, that's interesting. Kai is a side piece he got on the show. So that's why I say it's so easy that he will be with Kai if he met her before Alexia. Because at the end of the day, it does feel like the Kai and Darren did know each other. I don't know. Now you mention that, it just feel like when she first met him, I think she tried to put on a front that she never met him before. But maybe that's a front. Only way to get on television to put him on. I don't know. It does make sense. I don't know. It just feel like they had the undiamond country. It's like been the last season. A lot of people haven't been on 4th or 5th dates, except for Michael and Whitney. They went on a couple of dates until she was like, "Can you make a decision?" He decided to choose Shay, but they never slept with each other, except with each other. Well, afterwards they started doing little things as a couple, threesome and stuff like that. No, they did threesome. She did. No, they did say they got close. So yes, Michael, Shay and Whitney they got close. It's like that. So they did something together. But during the show, they didn't do anything. But this one, she was in it. She was digging her claws in him. And I said, the only way she was going that far into it is because it's something she did with him. Because I don't know why she was so hell-bent on with him. Did Mama Mona produce the season? That's very Stevie member. Yes! Yes! That's what I see him. See him being with tea sometimes. Because I didn't know that. It didn't make sense because it's like, come on. And it's not like he didn't mean to surprise when she said that. So I was like, I don't know if he's going to try to deny it or not. Or he going to feel type of way because he now like, oh my God. That's he tried to spare Kyle's feeling. Why did he spare Kyle's feeling? That's the only date who's been on the show. You got no ties with her. Cut her off and go to the next person. Yeah. Cut her off and go to the next person. So, yeah. Yeah, I feel like them saying gonna meet her again after he said no to another date was messy. Yes. You know what? The only way I think that she said that is because at the end of the day, if you're going on multiple dates with someone, your emotions are being involved and everything. Just like when Michael had to break it off with Whitney and tell her that, you know what, yes, I've been on a couple of dates with you and all stuff like that. He broke it off with her because at the end of the day, it is people's feelings and emotions involved. So, and Whitney was feeling Michael, even though she knows the situation he's in. He broke it off easily. That's why he was able to. Like, what if he broke it off with her and been shaded towards her? Cut off real quick. Get out my face, kid. Cut my numbers off. Yeah, it's like that. So like that. Cut my number off. This, that. And what about Michael had been rude to Whitney and never gave her proper closure and ended in a little note that if he did that, then do you think that Whitney, Michael, and Shay would be cool right now? Whitney would probably be hating Michael because he played her to the fiddle. Yes, she didn't get what he wanted, but he was respectful and ended with her. So even though this situation is messy, I do understand it because Kai's feelings and emotions. Even though she's messy herself, she still a female who has been multiple dates with him, and she gave her a boxer. She slept with him. So now that we got that piece of the puzzle, I think it will be safe for him to end it amicably with her and not go explosive and cut her off completely because you don't know what Kai would do. I mean, she did mention on television that she slept with him, so that may be Alexa way for her to get out of the relationship. Because all this time, he keeps saying he never do anything. He don't do nothing when he's not around Alexia. Oh, I'm not sleeping with no one else. I'm not doing this with no one else. I'm not doing this. And the minute that you told Kai that she was intimidated by her, it's like you gave her leeway. And you make her feel more important than Alexa. The first. At the very end, at least smashed the first or second date. Yeah, I'm sure they did. They was way too comfortable with each other. Yes. I'm sure. And I'm sure that if they didn't know each other first, they at least very least smashed the first or second date. Yes, they did. Yeah, I do agree. If they didn't know each other before the show, then he did smash because she was riding for him. And that's making it feel like he feel guilty now of doing what he did because knowing that Alexa feels type of way. Mind you, doing the whole on and off relationship of 14 years, he has 3 children in the whole relationship. They've been together. Not before her. And even though doing the breaks, he had 3 children. So you can't say you has been faithful. Even in your little breaks. So, well, we're not really together, but y'all was on and off 14 years. So doing that 14 years on and off, y'all still was somewhat together. Y'all getting back together, right? So they got 3 children. And she want children. I said, I don't even know. I want children with guys who got 3 children already before. I was in there. I'll be the third baby mama, even I'm your third baby mama wife. That sounds stupid. Remember, he had 3 children and 2 baby mamas. So if she got pregnant by him, she'd be the third baby mama and had to be the wife. I said, no. Do I even want to have children with a guy who got 2 color kids? No, I'm going to have my own thing. Heavy Boots gets what she deserves sleeping with a man in a relationship. Yes, I do agree. So, yeah, I'm not completely on her side. I just feel like how emotions evolve. Even though she played herself by sleeping with a married man. Oh, not him married. Oh, Alexa, don't marry this guy. I'm not speaking in existence. Sleep with a man in a relationship, but she played herself because she should not went too far into it. And now it makes more sense why she's so riding hard for him because she fell for him, she fought for him, and she slept with him. Well, something you shouldn't have did, girl. Because at the end of the day, you don't even know he's gonna be with you at the end. And now he had to break up with you amicably because if you broke up with you in a different way, that's when Dr. Nicole told him to you gotta completely break up because you went on 5 dates. It's not normal. 4 dates. It's not normal. It's like if you went on 1 date, that's it. You can move on. It's okay. They ain't liking me. After you go on continue at the second date, something like that, then that's something you start feeling the person. And that's why you have to break it off easily. Even if you're not feeling the person anymore. You gotta break it off. Yeah, I wonder if she stayed to validate. Yes, another thing. Yes, Alexa said that because she was with Darian for a while, and he was doing what he's doing, and she wanted to make it work and fix the relationship, she left her career. So she felt like by staying with him, he had to owe her something like that. And I'm saying, sorry, Alexia, you got, even in a relationship, you have to put yourself first. Even in a relationship for 5 years, 15 years, you will do nobody a service if you diminish your own well-being to satisfy someone else's happiness. So the fact that you lost your voice, you hidden your voice out of all these years, you may not like that he had the 3 children during the relationship. You didn't like that he was not focusing on you like that. You didn't like that he was doing him. And it was driven apart. So in fact, you left your career to sit there, you do that. I feel like that's why she probably feel like she needs to owe something. I was like, I gave my career for you. You need to stick with me, and that's not healthy. Because then, and at the same time, your voice is hidden. Not only you left your career, you lost your voice. He's dominating the whole relationship with his voice and his powerfulness. So you have nothing controlling this. It's like he's leading the relationship and you just follow suit. So that's why your word is so wrapped up on him, because I left everything for him. I had my whole self-identity before this guy. And I was 19, 20, something years and I left my freaking career because this douchebag, and now he gonna get on national television and try and make me look like a fool because I did all the sacrifice for him. So, like I said, you have to think for yourself. You have to be for yourself, even if your relationship with nobody else. At the end of the day, your own internal happiness exudes out and it makes it better for the relationship. But the fact that she handled herself because of him, she's been unhappy for a while. And that's the fact that that's why she hold things in and don't say nothing. So he may not feel like it's an issue. So now all of a sudden, after we find out based on next week that she gonna reveal that she slept with him, it comes to truth of what Lexa was saying all a long time. But at the same time, he had 3 children on and off breakup. So you know off the bat he's not faithful like that. And that's why she probably was so upset that he continued on this process and trying to play off like it's the process to see he trying to better himself, or knowing that it's a process that he could have ease his assets with someone in dates and doing him. And think he had this mentality of his persona that he's playing off this rap star persona that he could sleep around and do for free. No consequences because we in the social experiment. But it's consequences she will leave you. So at the end of the day, what is it? How y'all feel about Lexi and Darian? Because when Kai said that, I said, oh, snap. You just basically, and that's why he was so old. Oh, yeah, I give up. He said, and then he come up with this freaking guy. I shouldn't listen. We don't know the extent of this guy. You keep saying liking emojis. I said that's an Instagram post. People like emojis, heart emojis. Other people post it all the time. It's no big deal. It's like, have you any proof that she slept with this guy? Have you any proof anything else? Now, she was saying, like, sister, you get rid of this condo, I let this guy go. So let me say this. It's like, I don't know what the extent this guy is, who is he referring to. But if you're using this guy as a leverage for him to get off the condo, then there's something going on here. It's something more to this, and I don't like that. But I'm not putting on her. I put on him too because he's a douchebag. But who this guy is, we don't know. Is that she uses leverage? And I cut him off if he cut the condo off. So what is it? Is something else going on in the situation? Yes, he is definitely a trash, and she is simple for saying yes. Right word. You said the right word, Tracy. My co-host is the thing. Right word. Yes. So it is. So she needs to leave him. Needs to leave him, and let's call it a day. Needs to leave him, and that's it. Because I don't know what to say about that, Alexia. I think this relationship, if she say yes to the proposal at the end of this process, I roll my eyes so freaking deep and curse both of them out when I watch the television. If I would turn the TV off, now I won't turn it off, but I would curse her out. Because I don't think this one of the relationship what I feel like last season, Ashley and Hollywood shouldn't say yes. Well, Ashley shouldn't say yes. But she did that because she didn't want to embarrass him. Yes. I think she did that. And now he want to get with the condo. Out of all the years, now he want to get the condo. I said, oh, so why? Why? If you haven't done anything, why you want to get him in the condo? He said, oh, yes, we're going to make it work. You want to do this. And now he said, oh, I want to cut the 5th date with Kai because it's not faithful for her. And she was happy about that when he said that. But I said, is that genuine? Did he really want to cut the date with Kai? Or he want to cut the date because he know he did something that you will find out that will blow his whole world up, and you probably will leave him. But we don't know if he will leave him because he had 3 children before. So when you leave before, I think she just using the guy to make him jealous. I don't think she's really doing anything. She's simply enough to say yes. I don't think she do anything. I don't think she do anything to that guy. I don't think she's doing anything because it's her world is wrapped around him. So since her world is wrapped around him, I don't think she would do it jeopardize that because most guys will just leave right off the bat. But the fact that he knows that she ain't doing anything else, but he just making a bigger deal out of it, I was like, oh wow. Next thing, she did decide to go on. What was it? Let me see. She did decide to go on a third date. No, she declined the third date with Monte, and he declined the date with the fifth date on Kai. Yeah. Yes, he wanted to cut the date. Yeah. Yeah, that's why he cut the date. Because he knew what she about to expose, what Kai about to expose about what they did, it's going to turn his whole lifestyle down. And that she definitely would leave him. Because now, not only you told this girl that she's intimidated by you, now you slept with the same girl that she has a issue with. And it's so, also the same time, you say you would easily be with her and you never met Kai. And you never met Alexia before. He wanted to cut the date before he got exposed. Yes, that's why. Yes, I agree, Tracy. Because when that preview showed that, oh, you ain't saying about that when you slept with me, I said, oh, that's why. Because it seemed so fishy that all of a sudden he's so hell bent, and now he want to be his own team Alexia. Now it's all team Alexia, and that Dr. Nicole telling him to say you need to break the barrier, you need to listen to her, and now he trying to use the tools. So he start using tools every time he had a session, but after that it go out the window. But now it's sticking. Now all of a sudden it's sticking. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Bye, Damien. We see you. We see you and Ashy Lips. We see Damien, Ashy Lips, and you. I said, Kai, you must be saving yourself. I don't know why you kissed that Ashy Lips. Ugh. Moisturize that. Moisturize it. Pressure wash your lips. Let's go to the. Well, let's go. Family Fiance, y'all. Any last thing about this couples? It's like that. It's a good season, y'all. It's a good season. And deep down, we get more and more of these stories and these people. But I can't wait to see how Alexia she handled when she find out he's like with Kai. I want to know what she will do. Because that's the turning point. That's the turning point. And we'll see. We'll go from there. All right. Let's go for this. Let's go. $202.27. Oh yeah. She better choke up. She better choke up like Homer did, boy. Yeah. She said. Oh yeah, she better do that. Let me see. 202.50. All right, so Family Fiance, y'all. So I'm gonna talk about 2 episodes. The one last week and the one this week. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna synopsis the scenarios, and then we could chit chat and break down what happened during the episode. So we're gonna do this one first. Kim and David, right here. So Kim and David, he proposed to her like within the 6 months of the relationship. They used to work together in the school system, something like that. She was a counselor. He did something nice. What makes this interesting is that she's a single parent and she had 2 boys. 2 boys. Also, there you can't even want to talk about the last show. What's going on?
Doing laundry. I'm so sorry.
My last show. Yeah, she had 2 boys, and he comes in and basically disrupt the whole household with his disciplinarian style. He's very authoritative, and he was like that to his own children. Like that with his own children, so he want to come in and do that for her 2 boys. Now, they don't know him for whole King of the War. They don't know who he is or stuff like that. But the fact that he came in the household and disrupt that household by force of action because she may never have probably never had a man in the house. It's like
One
that.
thing, when I was watching the show, Miz, I was like, I hope that they do like an after show, like they did Married Abroad or Married at First Sight, so we can get like some things in between. Because
Yeah.
it seemed like he just came in like, I'm daddy now, call me daddy, you know. And I was like, did she give him permission? So I wanted a little bit of dialogue in between, you know. And
Yes.
the good after show was nice.
Yes, she had to because at the end of the day, she probably never had that father figure for the boys like that and grown up having boys in the house. So not the fact that he came in, she allowed them because one situation, I don't know how y'all feel about this, is that you come to find out it wasn't just him. She'd agreed to this. I guess the boys probably would do something. We don't know the extent what they was doing or not or stuff. All they could like you came in, they not being respectful, but you coming in all hot. They took the door hinges off their doors. Now you know how they say they would set boundaries. If they ain't doing what I say, you got to take the door hinges. I said take the door hinges off your
No,
children.
no, you know what's that old song? You ain't my daddy. You ain't
Yeah.
my daddy. Remember that song? Where it was like JT Money or something. You ain't my daddy. That's how they felt. What do you mean taking the door hinges off? Like we're full criminals in here.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that's not boundaries enforcing. That's basically disrespectful.
Yeah, and
At
it's
the
a
end of the
huge
day,
leap. It's
kids
a
are
huge leap.
kids and they need their own privacy. Now, if they didn't clean up the room, it's other ways you can discipline them and not taking off all their privacy of their doors and taking it off. And she agreed with that. Now, people thinking that it was only on him. The mother agreed with that. So,
I I agree 1,000%.
huh?
She said she gave him permission to do so.
Yes, she agreed with that. And then the thing is, the only thing why I make it risky is because her disciplinary style was never that before he got into the picture. She was
Mm-hmm.
more sitting down, talking to the boys and also and nurturing and thing. And there was never the extreme disciplinary style. The
No,
fact he came in and he became the father, the male figure in the household. She took
it's,
that
I
one
don't know if
person
he's a
thinking,
male figure or a father. He a daddy. He a boyfriend at this point. He ain't no father figure.
yeah, but they're engaged now. So she's thinking that he's gonna be part of the family. So he is that male dominance in the household. And it makes sense because she took his style as her own, and she was never like that with her boys.
But I
She,
think that her alienating her kids and their behavior that she tolerated is going to backfire on her.
yeah,
She may, and they're coming of age now, so she's like, yeah, I need their door open because they be on the phone all night. They're not following rules. There's a fine line between it, but yeah, he playing stepdaddy. That's all he doing is thinking, I'm the man. You gonna listen to me, and that is not always the good way to approach it.
yes, it's not. And not only that, he had anger issues and
Mm.
stuff. I said, well, where you get that from? Come to find out, his disciplinary style, it didn't come out of nowhere. Because usually we discipline our child based on how we got the discipline.
Mm.
Sometimes not. Most of the time it does. So he grew up having the same thing his mom did to him.
Stepdad.
And his mom, like not the stepdad, we don't know the father, but we said his mom. The mom did that to him.
Mm.
And then the cousin and mom said, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with taking the door hinges? I said, that's disrespectful. That's crazy. That's way up beyond. And he's an ex-military. So, you know, he got that disciplinary style. That authoritative kind of mentality, strict force rules, do what I say type of thing. Because that rigid mentality the military men do.
But
So,
it's kind of like it's like a culture shock when like it's been you and your mom in the household, and then this guy. I'm sure they've been dating for a moment, so this isn't the first time since they've aired the show. But it's kind of a culture shock for them to be like, you can't do this anymore. Doors off the hinges. Give me your phone. I'm your daddy. Give me respect. And it's a culture shock. It's a shock in general. So they're going to rebel. So I give it by episode. Uh, I say about I don't know. I'm a gamble episode 5, 6. They're gonna rebel.
no, see, the only thing about Family Fiance is not episodes. It's only one episode a week. A new
You
couple.
lying?
It's new couple each week.
I was
So
waiting for the next part.
that's what I'm saying. I'm telling you all the whole story because they stay in the house for 3 days. And let me tell you the breakdown of Family Fiance. Family Fiance is a week by week basis of each new couple coming to show. They got engaged, but their family is not on board with their decision of being engaged. They don't have their blessings.
Right.
So they come in the house for 3 days. and then work on any issues they may have. So at the end of the 3 days process, they try to get the blessings of the family. Now, whether they get the blessings of the family or not, they still at the couple decide they want to move on forward with engagement, they want to end the engagement, or they want to work on themselves before they get in. They will stay together or they'll split apart.
Right back.
Yeah, split apart. So this is not an episode by episode type of thing. It's a whole big scenario. So they dumped a lot of issues at one time, so we could get the whole, like, somewhat of a situation of a storyline of what's going on, what's happening. So we all know that she was a single parent, had 2 boys, had to date this guy. They got engaged real quickly. He came in. She took on his parenting style because she's happy to have a male figure in the household and to discipline the child. And she took that role and think it was okay because the dominance, the male dominance also, but not knowing that it is paying off in the back end because the boys is not respecting him. The oldest son left the house, and the youngest one, he just said he counting the days whether he could get out of here. And to say, when the young boys say that, and you as a mom got to think about it. I said, what am I doing that make my son feel like he counting the days that he want to get out of there? Now, granted, it's not a natural, I want to go out because I want to step on my own. It's like, I'm waiting until I get out of high school, something like that. I could just leave out of here, go out of here. So it's damaging for the boys, and it's her because she said she's in the Walker house in a difficult spot. But it's only difficult because you're not nurturing your sons, but only came into your man and thinking that what he's doing is right. And the fact that he learned that from his own mother and his parents, this is how he grew up, it speaks volumes of how he disciplined. And also, we find out that when they mentioned in how the youngest boy, he hold things in, and sometimes he like don't say nothing, he explodes because a lot of things going on. The mom said, "Oh, does it look like someone I know?" And she told the that's David, that him right here. He's like 40-something years old, saying that, yeah, I never had that. My mom was never there for me like that. She was hardcore, and I didn't get that love like I wanted to. So the fact that he never got that, and then he turned around being an adult and doing that to another woman and their children, it's like how you come to somebody else's household and disrupt that woman's household with her boys. Now, it mentioned it's a package, but you can have you as a mom, yes, he can come in and deal with the package deal, but you can't allow him to come in the package deal and rip the package up and break the bonds off. It needs to come in so he could step into the relationship that y'all bond. So it shouldn't be anybody any reason to come and crack through the cracks of your package. So if you got a package that's already damaged, how was the package was before he got in there? So the fact that she let this guy to come in to disrupt her bonding with her boys, and now they don't trust him like that, they don't like him, and not knowing that she's part of this and she didn't do this on his own and she agreed on this, it speaks volumes. It speaks volumes. And the unresolved issues he had with his own mom plays out in this thing because now it shows why he's like this. And that's what Iyanla always say, and I know a lot of people don't really like Iyanla Fix My Life. I love her thing because she gets insights. Generational cycle is the mother. Generational curse and cycle is the mother effer. And you repeat the cycle constantly if you don't break it. Your kids will repeat the cycle that you disciplined and you taught them for their kids, and their kids will discipline their kids. If someone in the long generational line don't break that cycle, it'll continue on and continue on and continue on. The fact that the mom did that to David and wasn't there for him, because he said he never got that love and support. He never really got that love you from the mom. She, when his major milestones, when he was growing up and things, his certificate awards, she never acknowledged it. She never awarded him. She never did anything. She just said she didn't know how to do it because her parents didn't do it to her. The fact that she didn't get that for her parents, so that she took it down to teach her son the same way, and now he's doing that to own children. Not only that, he had children of his own. And the fact that he also revealed that he didn't really have a good relationship with his children now because how he is. So it's like, how is you gonna come into another woman's household and disrupt those boys' lives when you didn't have a great standing and relationship with your own kids? You said a lot of your kids don't even talk to you like that. The one boy you brought in the household, he broke down and cried a little bit because you apologized to your fiance kids. And you never really showed that emotional side to your own kids. So your own kids didn't get that you pouring into these kids, your stepsons, or something like that. So it's like, you can't come and say that your way is the right way if you haven't really fostered your relationship with your own children the way that you thought it is. So you fact that because you did that, your children all out the house and grown, that you were successful in your parenting style. No, it's not. Because your own son right here telling that you said it on your mouth, you haven't been in a relationship with your own kids. So it wasn't working. It didn't work. The fact that it didn't work, and the fact that you thought it was okay to do that for this child, this one of them kids, it's messed up. So he broke down, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I cried that little bit in that scene when he apologized to the boys because it was like, damn it, James, like that. No, I ain't grew up with no father, so I don't know my father like that. So sit down to somebody who really understands. I mean, it's a quick turnaround, the editing, something like that. Because it does really seem quick that the mom took around and understand where he's coming from. And because they had a private session with Tracy, had a private session with David and the mom. And that's what she revealed that how she wasn't taught love and affection towards her parents, and that she did that towards him, and now he's doing that to his kids, and now he's doing that to another group of set of kids, which is
So they're just passing it on.
Yes, and that's it. That's a generational curse, like Iyanla Fix My Life said. Iyanla Van Zandt, generational curse, the generational cycle. Gotta get a break. If nobody in that line breaks it, it gonna continue on and continue on and continue on.
But you know, the good thing is that they're allowed to talk about it. That's the beautiful thing of it. And that's why I was hoping that this was a full show, because I want to see their development. But within that mind frame, I thought they were gonna go on and talk about it, bro, like real talk. But it makes sense now, and at least they took steps to break that curse.
Yes, we'll see how further on. They say it's a little better. The older son still haven't moved back to the house, but the relationship has been better. And so what with the thing? Because I don't think he's a bad guy. I think he just thought that what he was doing was the right way. Yeah, because he was taught that way. Yeah, and now it wasn't the right way, and it wasn't doing helpful. And in fact, your own kids, you didn't do right with your own kids yourself. You got 5 children, and none of them really like that. Have been in a good relationship with you. Your oldest son, you brought your older son, and he broke down because he saw an emotional side that he never saw from you when you was raising him. So it's like,
and always being strict is not a bad thing. So let's give homeboy the benefit of the doubt. Being strict keeps you in line.
Yes, it's not being strict, but it's then not being strict and not having no emotional attachment and no nurturing. You could discipline your child. That's what I say. Discipline with no lessons learned and no emotional maturity, it disappears to me.
Exactly.
You can't discipline a child without the child learning what they did discipline about. And beat them is to beat them. So you could be hard and you could be angry. You could be disciplining your child. You could smack your child. Well, I grew up, I get beatings. But what the beatings is helping you. You can get beaten if the beating is helping you in a better way.
And you traumatizing me just like you were traumatized. So check where you were traumatized, and please don't traumatize me, parents.
Yes. If the beating is to beat your child's not gonna learn the beating. It's gonna say, "Oh well, you just beat me to beat me." And let me tell you, I grew up. A lot of us grew up. Like we all said in our channel, we all grew up. Yes, we all grew up being disciplined. We all grew up in a southern lifestyle background. My mama used to beat me with a lot of things. Not some things that may be abusive, pipes and everything.
Wait, shoes, whips, cords,
a lot of that. But she did that, and if there's something I feel like it was too much, She don't do being like after I got a certain age, she stopped doing it because after a while it wasn't being helpful. Because after a while I said, okay, what you doing this? You just beating us to beat us because you're angry, and then most of it is because how she grew up. It's like it took a lot on us, but we have a good relationship now. I mean, my mom was
Well, at
good, so
least you
I like
understood that. See,
so
that's your own mental maturity because you understood that. A lot of these, just like the boys on the show we talking about, don't have that mental maturity to understand that. Okay, yeah, you was just angry. Yeah, I was bad, but you was just. I have
yeah,
the same thing. I have the same recollection.
that had consequences because a lot of people like might have that maturity. Even though the reason why I had that conversation with my mom is mature because after you got older, she started opening up more to me about how her life was and like that, so I understand what's going on. But after a while, I didn't even feel like the beatings was doing anything well for me. I didn't like that. I said, "What were you beating me for?" It's like,
Just causing pain.
yeah, it's just cause of pain. So I was like, whatever. I mean, if it taught anything, yeah, I was always a good kid. So, but when I do get beat, I was like, okay, whatever. After a while, it started to come to the point. It's like you start getting used to it. I said, okay, I can't go to beat it. It's whatever. But I would
Yeah,
never go get beat
and
all the time.
that's another bad part of trauma. You get numb to the beatings. Like, okay, you just I know you mad and you just whoop my ass for no reason.
Yeah.
I've
So,
been there. I'm not talking from a second, but I'm talking from a first person perspective.
mm-hmm.
So I'm not. It's no judgment. I've been there.
Yeah, never pick pain over your kids. Yes, Ian, never pick pain over your kids. And that's why the fact that she was able to have him break that package, it was damaging. So it's good that he was able to apologize and then see they seem like it'd be better in space, even though the 3 day time period. I know it probably will take longer than that, but it's always a stubborn process. So the fact that if he's continuing to be knowing that what he did was not the right approach and there could
Yeah,
be better understanding, and that she needs to also work on her children. It's good that her children are still young enough. Well, her older son is like 20 something like that. Well, he's
yeah,
out the house, but the younger one he's still in the house. That she's able to get them now. This guy
right.
is 48 years old and was able to have that closeness and have these that had that emotional breakdown with his mom at 48 years old.
And another good thing I hope she acknowledges now that she has strong love that she wants to follow, she wants to marry into. She
Yeah.
has enough love for their relationship is solid. She should base some time on creating the relationship between her children, him, and her
Yes.
to make sure that their future is good.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, her voice is going to rebel. They ain't gonna want to come to your house. I'm
Yep.
not gonna talk to you, mama, as long as he's around. So she has time now to be like, uh, let's glue together a relationship with my kids. Your stepkids, remind you that they're gonna be stepkids, and you know how stepkids are, because I was one at one time.
Mm-hmm.
But she has the power to do so, and I wish the best for them. And I just wish it was another follow up episode. like I'm,
I mean, they could. I think they could. I don't know with Family Fiance because the first season they did that with like a follow up after a while and then now and then, but I don't think they really doing that much this season. So they probably will do it after the season ends. We'll see. Or follow their lives afterwards, or if you find on Instagram or something like that. Like that. I wish it would be a great thing to do a follow up with the couples to see what's going on with that.
yeah.
All right. So if y'all have anything more about the first um, set of people, y'all put in the comment section. We could discuss that. Let's move on to this one because this was something. It was a hot mess. Right here. So Neil is this couple is Renata and Christian, but I put a picture of the other lady because she plays
Yeah,
an
I know
important
who they
part
are. I know who they are.
this is. Her name is Mona. She was the
Mhm.
girlfriend or best friend who plays a part in this relationship and the breakdown of what was going on in issues in relationship. Renata and Christian, they were back told us that they was in a polyamorous kind of relationship.
Ooh.
They was started off together monogamously, but they do like to play around together. But I think the issue is that since he engaged with Renata, she don't really want to do that as much. But the only thing is the issue is that it's not like she don't want to do that, as the fact that he's still entertaining other females and stuff like that as
Hmm.
outside and other thing. Now, the major issue is that Mona, this girl right here in the middle, she's Christian's best friend, not good friend, but who's in love with him. And not
What?
only that, because she
I missed that whole point.
played in a part in a relationship because they mentioned that they was intimate with Mona right here. These two, Renata and Christian, was intimate with Mona.
Okay.
To the fact that Mona starting getting deeper feelings for Christian, but they're supposed to be good friends. But I said friends don't get in love with someone else. That's Tracy told her. Friends, yes, you have to be good friends, but you don't fall in love with your friend. You may love them, but you don't fall in love with them. So what is going on that is making her feel like she's in love with you? The fact that she could say that she's not going anywhere. I'm always gonna be around. He's gonna be this. He's not faithful. He's not that. Always gonna be around. You can't say nothing. I'm not going anywhere. How she be that comfortable enough to do that? Now, y'all open the Pandora's box by putting her in your bedroom and making it intimate. But now that he proposed to Renata, now Mona is just a friend. But they mentioned something how it was interesting, how he physically isn't engaged to Renata, but people say he's emotionally engaged to Mona. And I was like, it does make sense because he does cater to a lot of Mona's emotions and he does defend Mona a lot. But when it comes to Renata, he usually don't defend her like that. He say, "Oh, she's good. Mona got this. Renata got this. She's good." Like that strong mentality, like thing people have with strong people. Oh, they strong. They good. They don't have no issues. They be all right. But yes, you got to cater to this girlfriend, Mona, who's just a friend. More than that. So that's that. So they feel like because this person came in there and now they were trying to stop, it's an issue because also communication and how the boundaries is basically disrupted. It basically has been crossed. The boundary has been crossed because it's not what y'all set. But what have y'all set? What clear boundary have y'all set? Because if she was a part of your relationship and became a polygamist and everything, because she was part of his relationship, and then he had to cut her off because you got engaged. So what new boundary are you set that's not going to be disruptive to your own current relationship? You're supposed to break build
And man,
together.
there's another point. If they were polygamous and one party got engaged, are they still going to practice in polygamy?
Yes, they said they do. They want to have their own kinks. They still want to have their kinks. But they need to find someone who's neutral or don't have attachment, and that's the issue. Mona was emotionally attached to Christian, and that made the situation worse. And then the fact that there was intimate with her, it's like now they had to cut her off, and then Mona was like, you can't do that. I ain't gonna let that happen."
I think that's smart as hell. Remember, their whole agreement was nobody that's emotionally attached to either of them. She's emotionally attached to both of them. That's not working.
Yeah, and mainly towards him because she didn't say she in love with Renata. She said she mostly in love with Christian. So that's what make it seem it's so one sided, and it seems like she's doing something more
And
than
maybe she's
Renata
keeping
like that.
close
She
to
don't want
Renata to
that.
be close to him.
Yes,
She knows that that's the fiance. So if she stays close to her, she could be close to him.
yeah. So the family came in. They said they're concerned about their old relationship and how it is because they're hearing about this, but they don't know what severity of the relationship it is and what's their thing. So they want to know will they stop the polygamy if they do get married, or they go to the more forward. They will stop that. According to them, they're not going to stop it. They decide they're going to put more boundary, but they got to get themselves together first. And if they do decide to step out, or they decide as together to do any little kinks in the bedroom, then it's all because they decided to do it together and it's a boundary and it's somebody's neutral and nobody home no go. So and they say he's everywhere. He's spending himself then. He's doing all the things, all craziness,
So
all
the
stuff.
fiance,
So
he ain't gonna be home. He's not gonna have no responsibility to her. He's too
yes.
thin.
Yeah. So part of the process of this show is doing activities. So what was interesting with Christian activity is that they had to prioritize some of the importance of him, and they want to see what's his priority of his the items that was mentioned. So items was money, kids, career, social life, and monogamy. Right? He
And
rated
this is
money
where he
number
got
one.
me. This is where he got me. But go ahead.
Yeah, money was number one. Kids was number two. Career was number three. Social life number four, and monogamy was last. So I said, "Oh, that's interesting. You vested monogamy is the last thing." And I said, "Oh," but then you were trying to say, "Oh no, it's everybody's playing. Oh, everybody's bugging. No, I really want this girl and stuff like that. So, but you value monogamy as last. So that means you never would consider to be in a one person relationship. You want to step out. You want to do other things. So that's interesting. You make that last when
And
you try to step up one person.
another thing, Miz, is with these men with their egotistical attitude, with the polygamy and stuff. This is just a shopping network for them
Yeah.
to let them know that I got a full wife. She let me fuck around. I'm willing to fuck around. And if you gonna talk to me, you know I'm gonna fuck around. So it's like just a fan base, catering a fan base. He put himself out there and then he backtracked after he got caught up by the therapist, the psychotherapist, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But he's
Yeah.
really about it. So it's like you can't take him for a grain of salt. He was
Well,
advertising. He was advertising. And if anybody, his fiance, she should know that because how they got other women to be a part of their circle, you should say, you know?
mhm. Yep. Yep. And it's entertaining other females. And yeah, emotional attached. So they say they want someone they can do it without strings attached.
Mm-hmm.
And they start off with that case with Mona, but she don't want that no more, Renata. She want to be comfortable by with him being there. That's herself. And I think they saying that Christian is comfortable that Renata is there, but they want to know how much is Renata going to take this, and what's her breaker point, because yes, it's going on this that he doing this, but if she'll have a breaker point and she gonna move like you gonna leave him, because she did say that if this don't stop right now, I'm leaving. And I said that's a wake up call. It's like that because I think he always feel like, oh, because she stick around me all this time, she had no issue.
Yeah, he can abuse her. He can take advantage of her. But we can't call it abuse if you're going with it. But see, I don't even want to get into that. That's a thin line. But at the same time, if he's juggling these two women and he's opened himself up and said, I'm open to socializing and meeting new people, y'all ain't the only two. So y'all are juggling the whole circus trying to be in love with this one person, this one man. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think it's going to work at all. And you know what? He really ain't that. Man,
It wasn't. It's not. It's not. It's not at all.
he's not
It's like
you.
that. So yeah. So Tracy asked them to, you know what, you need to really sit down and break off with Mona, because at the dinner table, one of the people saying that, you know what, they will be ish better if Mona's out the picture. And she was like, no, I'm not going anywhere. What are you talking about? I'm always there and say, no, you always come around. I said, I'm coming around because he told me to come around. I stepped back. When you told me you got engaged, I stepped back, I was like that. But I don't go there because he keep telling me to come over there. So I come over there. I said, girl, but you know she's there and you really don't really want no
She's
Renata.
living
It's
in
like
a
you want to
cloud
be
of
with yourself.
grandeur. She's delusional. She's delusional
Yes.
to a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. I was like, wow. I said, girl,
Nigga,
you
I bet you a nickel. I bet you a nickel. If he was, I'm about to drop my fiance. I want to propose to you today. She'll step in and be the fiance.
she want that. Yep, definitely is. Yep. So the mom told her you need to stop playing with people's hearts, because there's probably people's hearts around in the picture, and that's why when I say to my put a ring on it, sometimes you can't be disruptive and break up people's hearts so disruptively, because they will be a whole path and it'll make your life all miserable and you don't have peace. So, um, and then she mentioned that how if Renata was in the pictures like that or whatever, or if Renata do marry him, he would be a cheater. And I said, if he would have been with you, you would have been a cheater too. So, what make you think you would be a prize over Renata? It's like that. I said, oh no, I know him. He's not gonna be faithful. Also, I mean, and then when she said that, I was like, you know what? I don't disagree with what she said, because he's don't value monogamy, and he put that last. So, what would you think he will probably be too faithful if he does get married, unless he cut that off? And
If
that's like,
they're about, if they're about the game and he's about they I'm not going to take any of the women out practicing polygamy with other men. Okay, so if they know that he's doing this, they like I can come on. Unless you're going to stay there and be that extra wife. But I'm more than sure since they're about that life, they are reaching out to other men that are about that life, other women that are about that life, and it's a full circle. They ain't fooling nobody. They're in. Nope. You can put all the blame on him because he's the misogyn. He's very misogynistic, first of all. But they practice in misogyny. They hate men. They hate each other. So let's be real.
Yeah. So when they had to check in with Tracy the next day, and they were talking about Mona's situation and say how she values him and she put him in a pedestal like she's a god. And is it love what you said? Oh, don't you love me? She said, I love with you too, like that. He said, well, what's wrong with that? I said, well, I don't treat you as a god. I treat you as an equal. And that's what I think he feel like he's like that ego boost that Mona's giving him. Like, oh, he's this great power because he's the greatest person. I said that's the worst thing you want to do is put a person on a pedestal that make you feel overvalued for what you are.
Yeah.
And now they
Like,
feel like, oh, yes, that's what he so caters to her feelings and stuff like that because she values her, she caters to him. So he needs to feel like he needs to protect her. But he don't need to protect Renata because Renata is good. I said, strong people need feelings too. Strong people need someone to support. Just because someone's strong doesn't mean that they can't have someone next to them and be there and make them feel safe and comfortable. You the man gotta make her feel like that. And the fact that she don't express that either, that's another thing. She needs to speak up and say, listen, no, I need this. I need you to be there. I need you to hold me. I need you to be there and all that stuff and work on us. Communication is a factor. And not the fact that they had let this person in. It's like they don't communicate. Now all this communication is just faltering. And now they have no boundaries set up, no communication, what's to be allowed and not to be allowed. They don't say nothing. So I say, yes, now you work on your own relationship and how you communicate because that's part of the problem right there.
Yeah,
So,
is it me or is it just I felt they couldn't stand up to him, like to say what they really felt,
yeah.
because they were just trying to keep face. I'm like, no, tell them how it is. But they, in their confessionals, when they were speaking privately, they said more things that they did not say to him. And I was like, oh, you playing yourself. I can't have too much sympathy for you, but I do have sympathy for you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I hear that. So, so they had to break it off with Mona, and she didn't take that well. And she said, "Why you put me in the television and did this to me?" And I was like, "Girl, whatever." He said he want to make it work with Renata, and he said he got to make it up. I think it was a good thing that they both broke it up with her because she was involved too. Renata was involved and everything, and they had to break it off with her. But she said, "I give a week's top, so give a week's top," because I didn't get to see the follow up because my DVR cut it off accident. So I didn't get to follow up and see what happened if she when Mona came back in the picture or not. But when she said that, I was like, I don't see too far from what she's saying. Maybe it could be true that he probably will pick up that phone right real quick and call it back. But I say if you want to make it work, you better not do that. Mona is an issue, but it's not just Mona. You gotta clear boundaries of what y'all want to do if y'all gonna continue this kinks afterwards. And
True.
that's what they said. They said they're gonna do that. They gotta work on themselves first before they start on their kinks with anybody else in the bedroom. I said, yeah, that's you gotta do that because it's gonna have another pattern, and it won't be her. It'll be somebody else. So the blessing ceremony, that everybody said yes, and also the first couple, everybody said yes, and we see go from there. But yeah, the second story was something else with that girlfriend in the mix of it, and he brought her apart along. I was saying, how you feel as a friend? And
She
you
was
know
too proud to be in the middle. She
yeah,
was fighting for her spot.
for real. Yes, for real.
I don't understand anybody that would be comfortable in the middle, especially in an intimate relationship. I can't understand it.
For real. So that was that. I was favorite fiance, y'all. But that was the three shows. Married at First Sight, Put a Ring on It, and Favorite Fiance. Yes, it was talking over and over, but it was good. I enjoyed these shows. We will continue on doing more reviews and lives about these shows every now and then. Love and Marriage Huntsville. Y'all will get a review on that. I will do.
Yes, Martell Holt. Please.
Yeah, I will do a review on that. I gotta watch that episode and talk about that because that Tiffany, I gotta see what she's coming in because she's doing too much. But
Yeah, oh, she already did, bro. She dropped a few balls.
yes, yes. So I'm gonna do a review on that. What I'm gonna do, like I did last time, I'm gonna do a premiere of that tomorrow around the evening time, around 8 and 9 o'clock. So I will premiere it. And what it is that it's gonna be pre-recorded, but we all will comment on the session together, just like we did last time. I enjoyed that. And while we review, we can make comments of it and talk about the show. So we're gonna do that premiere and Love at the Lockup. I might do a watch along for that. So Instagram, watch me, and we do a watch along for Love at the Lockup. But
Let's go.
that was that, y'all. Tonight on the panel, well, it's not really a panel. It's gonna be talking about Jocelyn Cabaret reunion.
Yep.
So it will be 8:15 Central, 9:15 Eastern. So catch Auntie Momo's channel. Let me put that here so y'all know what it is. And we're gonna talk about the reunion because I want to know what's going on. I want to know if freaking Miss Natural will pop off when freaking Yum and Pete. She to pop off.
Well, we gotta see. We gotta wait and see.
I want to know if she gonna pop off because Shell, the way how she snuck her. I want Miss Natural go ham on Yum and Pete.
I think they're gonna go ham on Jocelyn. I think everybody want to fight Jocelyn at this point.
Yeah, that's why everybody want to fight her now. Because I heard that, yes, she fights some of the girls. Like I think she fought Miss Natural. I think she fighting.
She like because they like I didn't get paid, bitch. We gotta square up. That's why.
Uh-huh.
Come on now.
Why is that freaking copy and pasting? Hold up. Oh, that's what I'm saying. It didn't copy and paste. Chad Montejo, Tiffany Lee, what this was supposed to do. Spill tea. All right.
Wait,
yeah, so
the new fuckboy name is Martell Holt. Like when you meet a fuckboy, you be like, okay, Martell Holt.
Okay, Montejo. Yeah.
That's it. Okay, Martell Holt.
So we're gonna do premiere video of Love and Marriage Huntsville tomorrow. And stay tuned for that. I'll do a watch along for Love at the Lockup. So stay tuned for Instagram with that. And tonight, on tomorrow's channel, we're going to talk about Jocelyn Cabaret. And this year, I'll also do a little recap of the encore and Love at the Lockup. So stay tuned for that. And I appreciate everyone who's stopping by. Joy, I love it. Appreciate everyone. Tracy, CM, JW, J Rudolph. Let's see, Cola. Let's see who else came in. Renee, Boo.
Yes. And I'm sorry for being late, family. I was doing laundry, adult shit.
It's okay. It's okay.
Sorry.
Everything together on ourselves, so they had a good show. But stay tuned for Marriage First Sight Houston, y'all. It's on Wednesdays. It's the third episode. Catch that. We will just continue talking about that. Next Sunday will be let me see, Mr. Social Corner. Let me check. Because sometimes we gotta be careful with these social topics because YouTube be crazy. So let me see. What's your unwritten code for marriage? Okay, we're gonna talk about unwritten code. We're gonna talk about what's your unwritten code. And to me, unwritten means that people make this code that is not really set in stone, but we follow it and we hold to it. So, like for example, let's throw something out there. Should you date your friend X, even though you should date your friend X? How much of a friend? Like, should you date them or not? It's the unwritten code. Some people have that thing. Some people don't have that. Should you let me see. Will you go to a club together? Should y'all all leave together or y'all all leave your separate ways? So it's like, should you allow your friend leave with someone else in the club?
What kind of questions are these?
It's unwritten codes. You know somebody got these codes. What's your boy or girl code? Girl code, like, if we leave together, we go together, we leave together. But some people don't have that code. Some people say, listen, if we go together, I'm being a man, I'm leaving with them. So I said, but are you part of this person say, no, you're not leaving? Or you with that friend and say, no, you're not leaving with them, you leaving with us, you stay with us, and you leave it together. Or you type of person. So it's different codes. And unwritten codes. So we're gonna talk about that next Sunday and enjoy that. And I love it because sometimes it's amazing what people feels. It's like friendship. It's like friendship.
It's levels to it because if I came with my friend, my goal is to leave with my friend. But if you say you met somebody, I'm like, bitch, are you safe? What's his name? What's his telephone number?
So we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about unwritten codes. Shoot, crazy comment from. Oh yes, too hot to. Oh yes, I love it. Crazy. Yes, but yes, y'all, stay tuned. Like tonight, Potomac comes on, so I may do watch along tonight, but it will be after I do the panel with Auntie Momo and stuff like that. Talk about Jocelyn Cabaret. So it will be that. And if not, it's tomorrow. Hey, stay tuned for that. So follow my Instagram, Mr. Grown, because I do a march along on Instagram. And we have a good time with that because we can watch the shows and chit chat and kiki about the shows at the same time. I enjoy those. If you haven't, please subscribe to my channel or should share my videos, like, comment, get my name out there, y'all. We try to build each other up. Yeah, subscribe, put a notification bell, or share the videos. That's our only way that we get better. Auntie Mama and myself, also, we all support each other and Black YouTubers because we are small in this community streets, YouTube streets. So if we support each other, that's not just like when Bonnie Boo is going through her issues on things with her channel, they all bonded together and they all been like OGs. We need to do that too. How crazy is two crazy exes? Yeah, see? How crazy is two crazy exes? But we'll talk about all that next week. So it's going to be unwritten codes, different scenarios that I come up with. If y'all know any unwritten codes or boy codes or girl codes or relationship codes or family codes that y'all know, y'all put it, DM me and let me know, and I can put it in my thing and we can put it together and we can discuss it. It's going to be open discussion, so like that. I'm probably not going to articles. I mean, if I find an article with different codes, we can do that. But you basically not going to be one article. It might be different things. So we'll just discuss that. So I appreciate everyone's coming to Sunday with me. It's almost 3 hours with you, but hey, I love it. Appreciate that. If y'all can join us on Auntie Momo's channel, 8:15 p.m. Central, 9:15 Eastern, and other time zones. Y'all know what that is. Pacific is like 3 hours before, 2 hours before Central, 3 hours before Eastern. So, so y'all join that. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all and everything. Catch me again when I do my casual review, my encore review. And if y'all haven't, I did a watch along for Encore. So go on my channel, not my channel, my Instagram, and do a watch along and comment on that. If y'all haven't, because baby, those girls.
He got the juice. He got all the juice.
So much, so much. All right, y'all. So let me get out of here and eat something before the next day. And I also got to watch the show because Cabaret don't come around until 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock my time.
I'm watching it with y'all, so.
Yes. Yeah,
I'll be on your channel or Auntie Momo channel watching it. Somebody.
Yeah, no, she's not gonna watch it. She's gonna recap it. So maybe 8 o'clock Eastern. If y'all can, I could probably do a watch along with y'all at 8 o'clock.
Just like a private one.
So I can set my phone. I put it on my computer and we watch it together. If y'all don't have Zeus, she gave me access so I could watch it. And we could do it together. People in Eastern time, people in Central time may see it before us. So if you're on Eastern time, we can watch it together, y'all. And we don't watch along. We discuss it, and then we go into the review with Auntie Momo. So if y'all want to do that, I could do that with y'all. But I got to eat first and stuff like that. So stay tuned. So 8 o'clock, around that time, I might do a watch along for Jocelyn reunion. And let's discuss that. All right, y'all?
Yes.
Love y'all. Peace out. Everybody have an outro. And see y'all later.
Have a good one.
See y'all later.